an idiot.
Why?
No, I just enabled and then disabled looping. You're good.
Okay, cool. In that case, last we saw the heroes of Hyrule. The feud between the fairies wasn't over just yet, but 11th Hour was more concerned with their own afflictions sustained in the Sacred Realm. They were lucky and found Miss Fosia in the same location they had last seen her, but discovered that it was about 10 weeks ago. She filled our heroes in on what had been taking place in their absence: lightning erupting from the earth, fire cyclones in the desert, issues with the Wooders, and Zora's domain freezing over. Unfortunately, Fosia wasn't capable of curing Lydian's enfeebled state, so they set out to find someone who could. In the time spent traveling, Lorhannon was suffering from intensive hallucinations that seemed to keep the group entertained, and eventually they decided to turn to the Satori Druids. Entering the woods, 11th Hour found a coy Zora named Lenoa, who agreed to discreetly cure Lydian, since he recognized the group that had saved his daughter from Henoxes in Farron many months ago. With their bard back, our heroes could finally be freed of their Sacred Realm effects. As they retreated to the hideout that once belonged to the Yiga clan, Lydian cured the worst of the effects, and Aquila could finally speak again. Settling in, 11th Hour decided it best to take a few days to recuperate and read from their magic tomes. However, Lorhannon and Natara had nothing to read themselves, so they went on a few adventures of their own. They checked on Natara's sister in Lorland City, which was a welcome surprise, and the trio spent the rest of the day picnicking on the beach. Eventually, they paid the Great Fairy Kesa a visit and discovered Kotera had been there in her mortal form about 2 weeks prior, discussing a vague plan to end the war between the siblings. Alarmed, Lorhannon used the crystal ball to scry on Kotera and saw she was in the desert and would reach Terra's grotto before sunset. 11th Hour closed their books and booked it to the shrine at the Great Fairy's location, beating Kotera there. Warned not to kill Terra by the Satori Druid they had met, our heroes tried talking to her instead. In doing so, they revealed that Kotera was in the desert and on her way to see her eldest sister, to which Terra smiled and descended into her pool shortly after. When our heroes tried scrying on Kotera again, all they saw were flames, and the scry ended shortly thereafter. Lydian and Inari felt something stir within their hearts, and 11th Hour realized love had been reinstated by Kesa. They quickly sought her out and she told them that Kotera must have been successful because Terra is pulling back all of her attacks. The next place they went was to find Kotera's grotto, but in the woods above Kakariko village, they haven't been able to find it yet, and that is where we find our heroes now. 11th Hour. Not only can't you find any blue nightshade here, but you can't find Kotera's grotto either because it is simply not here. Moreover, all of your spells that heal are gone since the ancient fairy of healing has been killed, but her death has brought an end to the Great Fairy War. A war incited by the trickery of Phasia to sow as much chaos as possible by preying on the insecurities of her sisters. Though in some ways you were pawns in their schemes, ultimately you've brought an end to the feud. Now there is one major threat outside of Hyrule Castle, and as far as you know, she is somewhere within Great Hyrule Forest, a recursive island believed to be impenetrable due to the mists that occupy the Lost Woods, but somehow the prophetess has made it inside with LG. Why she went here is tough to say, but knowing how much time has passed since she fled to these woods doesn't give you a good feeling. So, healing spells, what have we lost and replaced them with?
My sheet.
I can go first. I was just waiting for the music to end. I took out Healing Word and Aid and replaced them with maybe a little bit over the top. No, that's fine. I took out Healing Word and Aid and I replaced them with Knock and Heat Metal, 2 second level kind of utility spells.
Okay.
I didn't. I just have a spell list and I can just prepare from every night. So all I did was I unprepared Cure Wounds and Revivify, and I'm re-preparing Intellect Fortress and Enhance Ability.
I lost Cure Wounds and took Hunter's Mark because I don't know. Ranger spells are
that
rough.
is the ranger spell.
It is the ranger spell, but there is not really much else to take.
Okay.
I lost Aura Vitality taking Wall of Light.
And all the paladin stuff is kind of really healy. So I know Prayer of Healing is like I'm just gonna unprepare that, and then I'm just gonna take Branding Smite, just so I have it, and that'll replace that. That's second level, and I think that's Revivify as well, which I am going to replace with not Remove Curse or Dispel Magic because I already have those. I'll just do Blinding Smite.
All right. With that, all of you are in the woods above Kakariko Village. What would you like to do now?
Great question.
Back to reading, or do we want to do more investigation into what has happened?
I'm a little shaken at our revelation, but I feel like we could finish reading. I mean, it's only... How many hours do we have left? I didn't keep track.
I think like
You have to read.
By the way, Jenna, the phasia items we have, do those still have like magical energy to them?
Ooh, good plan.
Where did I put the items? Are they in? They are in items.
Like I see like in items there's Phasia's amulet, which looks very pretty now.
Ah, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, they are still magical.
Alright.
Yeah. So, what now?
Inari, you had mentioned wanting to talk to Ron at some point. Did you want to just take a break and have everybody read now, or did you want to do that ASAP?
I mean, I guess it can't hurt to talk to Ron. Just because we can kind of find out about what's going on with,
From like another perspective, yeah.
Yeah. That might be good, especially because, Kotera's kind of is she, isn't she sort of situation. So,
Pretty sure she's dead.
yeah, but, maybe Ron will have some insight. I think that's important.
I do think it's important to talk to him about how domains work and how the death of a great fairy usually works, if he knows
Yeah.
anything about that.
So, Jenna, is there water nearby?
Yes, you guys have been in these woods many times. There is a little bit at a higher elevation, a pond.
Oh, sledding. Okay. So Inari will climb on over to the pond.
Is everybody going with her?
He
Lydia's
wants
going
to
with
say
her.
hello to my dad.
I guess I'll go with.
Man, a lot of enthusiasm.
Come on, guys, it's Ron.
Yeah.
All right. Just Akila and Inari?
Oh, I also said I was going to go.
Oh, sorry.
I think everyone's going.
All right, everybody's going up. In that case, you guys ascend, head over to the way you go, and because the people with the good passive perceptions are here, you guys see that Dorak is here, and he is lounging by the water.
This fucking guy, man.
It appears, though, his eyes are shut, and he is taking a nap.
Can he do anything now?
That's a great question.
That is a
I don't
great
even know
question.
if he knows that.
I mean, druids have more than healing magic.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You can do a lot of cool stuff with vines, probably.
But that is actually very funny because his whole
Oh, whoops.
subclass is around healing, so that is really funny.
He probably just thought that he forgot now. Like he's gonna go on a vision quest to try and remember how to heal now because he's so dumb.
Vision quad.
But
Jen,
Yeah.
am I good to play the music? Or...
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Inari, what are you doing
Mhm.
as you approach the water here?
So like Inari is like not even kneeling like and like being respectful anymore. She's just gonna like go up to the water and think back onto the other time she's summoned her father and then just like look over, peer into the water, and she'll just go, Ron, may I speak to you? Hands on hips. Wait to see if he shows up.
The water begins to kind of ripple, as if like a large stone had been thrown into the center of it. And emerging from the center is your great fairy father. Um, and he emerges and he goes, "Ugh. Inari, 11th hour, how are we doing? Jorak, you guys can see across the water, is startled awake and goes, Whoa, big dude, what's up? I'm Jorak." And Ron turns around and goes, "Hello there, Jorak. I am the great fairy Ron. Did you all intend for him to be here?"
No.
Not really, but he sort of just shows up sometimes.
We never do.
Ron,
Yeah.
Jorak gets up and stretches and walks over to join you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Just standing and like, this has never happened before. Yo, guys, I mean, typically there's the other fairy around here, but I guess maybe I got another fairy in my woods. That's pretty cool.
He's sort of everywhere.
You actually have one fairy in your woods.
Jorak goes, "Oh, I must not be able to count right." Anyway, and he just kind of turns attention, and Ron goes, "Wait, are these Kotera's woods?"
Yeah. So
They're not actually.
well, yeah, that's a good point. Not anymore. So we kind of wanted to ask you a couple questions, and I kind of think after everything that's happened, we're kind of owed some answers. So have you been aware of any changes in what's been going on fairy realm wise? Because like we can love again, so obviously, I think is conflict over from your side of things?
Well, first of all, don't appreciate the hostility, but I'm sure you have a good reason for it. But yeah, as far as I can tell, Kotera was successful in what she said she'd do. I mean, Terra kind of stopped terrorizing us in the other realm.
Why is it Aquila laughing at this? That's a good pun.
Because Akila is trying not to kill another great fairy.
So yeah, that's good. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, what was Kotera intending to do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she'd stopped by a few weeks ago, told me she was not only gonna talk Terra down, but earn her respects in the process. I mean, I was just impressed she managed to find a gate. They seem to be rather hidden from us as fairies, but she was going to use that as leverage of her just I don't know, I suppose just wit, cleverness as a fairy and show Terra that she is powerful in her ability to learn things and find things and say just like I don't know, just sort of do something along those lines, I suppose.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't think she's as clever or as witty as like you said she is, because she's like not alive anymore, as far as we are aware. Terra sort of killed her, and Ari is completely not revealing the fact that we are partially responsible for this.
This is correct. This is correct.
Passive voice, passive voice.
Passive voice gang.
I mean, I find it a bit out of character for Terra to just smite her on the spot as she arrived at her grotto, she would at least hear out. I mean, I don't think she would have known that Kotera was a great fairy when she approached. When she came to me, I just thought she was some mortal person, uh, some sort of Hylian or what have you. And then she revealed, "Oh no, I'm your older sister," and I was like, "Whoa, that is absurd." So I don't think Tara would have just killed her on the spot without hearing something she had to say first. How were you all made aware of her supposed death?
We had scryed on her, and then the moment that we did, she was engulfed in flame, and the scry ended before. Uh, Given the fire tornadoes in the southern part of Hyrule, had probably engulfed her.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I have a question, Ron,
Yes.
as you're contemplating this. Is all the paperwork put away for mortals right now? Like, where are you at with your job? Are you still on a backlog, or
Oh no, I've resolved everything because as Kotero told me, once I see that Terra has stopped, that means that she's been successful and we can all stop as well. So Terra stopped, and so I was like, okay, back to doing this, which is
So,
fine. It's what I like to do anyway. I like to
so
help
you,
spirits.
so question, like, so you didn't notice Kotera like, how does a great fairy death work? Like, would you be involved in that at all? What happens to the domain? We're just kind of curious. No reason.
I mean, I don't. Exactly did you know to scry on Kotera as she was dying?
I'm Kotera's champion.
Suppose that
Out for
makes
help.
sense to me. Okay. I was just worried. I wanted to make sure I could trust you all with some death information. Um, and it just seemed a little suspicious, but I suppose that makes sense to me. Well, fairies don't exactly die. We just change form.
So, like, what does that mean? Like, change form. Do you have an example? Or, like, yeah.
Well, several thousand years ago, when the last great fairy died, uh, her form changed from something similar to the magnificence you see before you into several little, I don't know, smaller fairies, little motes of light. And I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of those flitting around every now and then,
Oh.
but that's sort of what happens when we die.
There's no way to reverse it.
It's not cyclical.
I mean, to that extent, I'm not sure. I've witnessed, not directly, but been around for the deaths of many great fairies. I've been around for quite some time. But as far as how it goes beyond that, I'm fairly certain I'm the only fairy that knows that that's what happens when a fairy dies. So I don't know exactly if they're, I don't know, what they were is transferred to those little things or whatever happens, but I just know that, like, she didn't die if she died. Not like
Okay.
mortals can.
So, is there any, like, obviously, great fairies all have domains, as you're aware. So, like, if Kotera is like hypothetically like dead, but not really dead, and like therefore her domains are no longer guarded by Kotera as a great fairy. Like, are her domains just forever lost? I just
I wouldn't believe that to be the case, no. You see, I didn't just come to be in the form that I am now, and with the domains that I have. The domains are more so descriptors for things I'm able to do, and have, some sort of, to a degree, omnipotent knowledge of, but I don't know everything. I know when you call to me in the waterways of Hyrule, and I can appear there because it is the water. But I can't control and I can sense things, but I can't control the flow of the water because it's just sort of how nature intends, except on, smaller scales.
So
It's all very like more so descriptive of what we're able to do, and as time goes on, I'm able to do more things.
I have a quick question. If you were to pass away, Ron, would death itself stop, and because nobody would be processing or like, entering the souls into the afterlife, like would it be the same thing as if you paused your work, or would death proceed as usual?
I'm sure it would proceed, but not as usual. I mean, I'm more so I'm not the fairy of death itself. I'm the great fairy of spirits. And so
Right.
the souls of the dead, more so than actually dying versus not dying. And so when I sort of blocked death, without going into the technicalities, your spirit couldn't leave your body.
So what I'm curious about then is that since Kotera had passed, we're no longer able to use healing magic. And from what you're saying, she just has innate knowledge and the power of healing magic, but she doesn't rule over that domain. So the concept of healing magic should still exist, theoretically, correct?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
So then why wouldn't we be able to cast it right now?
No.
Unless we're specifically blighted.
I don't think.
Why would you be specifically blighted?
I mean,
We
can
have a
we?
lot of-
Jorax here. We can see if he can still heal.
Oh yeah, true. Hey
Oh,
Jorak.
let's do it. Who is in need of some healing right now?
Oh, boy.
Somebody punch me.
Um.
Jorak's gonna
Hey.
Jorak's gonna punch you.
Great.
But like in like a bro kind of punch way. Like he's not making an attack, he's just like like shoulder.
I'll make an unarmed strike against.
We all take turns punching Lydia, and we just get in a line and like.
Damn, guys.
No, wait, not everybody, not everybody.
The strength plus proficiency, right?
Yeah,
So that's a 22 to hit.
that'll hit.
Cool. And then it's what, a D6 plus strength? Is that right?
I mean, you have something that changes your unarmed strike, it would just be your strength modifier.
Oh, it's just my strength? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Then that's 2 points of damage.
Okay. I'm 2 points of damage down. Now, Jorak, do you have a low-level healing spell that you can use on me?
Oh yeah. And he kind of like rubs his hands together and just puts his hands on you. And he what's your drizzle? He'll spend one of these. And he restores you back to full, but give me an arcana check.
Is he using an innate ability rather than a spell?
Oh. Okay. That I think Katie pretty much called it, but it's an
Yeah.
Yeah, Natara
It's like
definitely
Amari still has.
Natara
heard.
definitely recognizes it, and Lydian on a 19 Arcana, you do as well. you do see that he is using some kind of more so like ability or feature that he has innate to him rather than using a spell.
Jorak, do you have any spell slot not I don't want to say spell slots, but like do you have any healing spells rather than an ability? Or no?
Well, yeah, I do.
Are they
he
innate
looks
to your
guilty.
druidic nature? Oh, you don't.
No, I do.
Can I make an insight check?
Go ahead.
Is he not supposed to?
31.
Oh my gosh.
Lydian, you know Jorak, and you clock immediately that yes, he does have spells, but he has used all of his spell slots for the day. It is approximately like it's like the afternoon right now.
Jorak, what did you use all your spells on?
There was a pigeon party this morning in the woods, and we can only
Great
speak with
Fairy
animals.
died and you had a pigeon party?
Look,
I don't think the Great Fairy have died yet.
the pigeons know how to party, okay? Let me just tell you that. I don't like that they party in the morning, but party's a party. A darty,
Hey, the
if you
pigeons
will.
party. Like what? Oh.
Don't.
No.
No, I need to know. Like
I had
I'm
to keep
sorry.
speaking with
Do
the
you really?
animals so that I
I do.
knew, like, you know, when to drink and stuff.
Okay, well thanks for your help, Jorak. This has been not very helpful. Okay,
As
so
helpful as it always is.
that's still TBD if we are specifically blighted.
I think we've got all the information.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay, we'll reconvene later.
Okay, well, Ron, thank you for all of this lovely information.
Well,
Always great talking to you.
thank you as well. This was absolutely terrible news to learn that Kotera has died, because if Kotera's gone, that is it. Terra's just won. She has no reason now to believe that she isn't the most powerful fairy.
I think she is.
Yeah, I think it's like okay.
Is that disputed? Because I think she is.
Yeah, one of you should go fight her again. It goes really well.
No, I'm not about to anger her again by fighting back in any way. It did not work out well for me this past time.
Okay. Well, that's
I guess
that's
one
good.
last thing. Is there a problem if Terra has this sort of ego about her or anything? Like, will there be any future conflicts because of this, or can she just... Do you think that she will be benevolent from this point forward?
I mean, if she ever decides to not be benevolent, there's not much that we're able to do, which could lead to our destruction, us as in the other great fairies, our destruction, let alone your own. She's definitely made out in this whole thing and has become more powerful than she was. So...
Okay.
How would
I
it lead
guess-
to their destruction if she can't touch them?
I don't know. Great fairies need to learn more about international relations, I think. But
they can't directly harm each other, but their acts in the I think this was kind of explained by Misha. Like their acts in like Hyrule directly correlate to sort of like army acts in the sacred realm that they can unleash. Like when Ron did something in Hyrule to trigger that like undead army that was like pouring out in the Akala area in the sacred realm. And those were able to attack Misha. You know?
Okay, sounds like we need to take a pit stop at the Satori Druids, or at least maybe just me. I want to talk to the rest of
Why?
them.
What? We're banned from that mountain.
We're not
Nah, man.
banned from the mountain.
y'all need to read your books, and then
Yeah,
you need to go and
we need to get stronger through knowledge.
We need to go to the library.
say hi to Ionia or something.
Oh, say hi, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Quote.
Why are we saying hi to Ionia?
Elbow
What does she have
Lydian,
to do
like-
with? What does she have to do with any of this? I'm not just gonna go see my girlfriend.
I think it would make you feel better.
Yeah.
And I care about you.
What am I, an animal?
Yeah, and then Inari could see one of her 3 girlfriends.
Oh yeah,
I only
no,
have,
yeah.
excuse
just-
me, I only have 2.
Lydian's grumpy. Just give him his girlfriend. He'll be fine.
I mean, that's kind of the point. Like, girlfriends are great because they help you feel happy.
Girlfriends
So
are like real people.
they are, yeah. But like, do you not feel happier around
Of
Ionia?
course, but like, I just
Yeah.
feel like the world ending is a little bit more important than me
Well-
maintaining a long distance relationship.
The world didn't end.
Yeah, it's
We're still here.
It's still kicking.
The
We just could die
Great
at any
War is
moment, but
over.
like,
We did it.
It doesn't feel very we did it.
well, that's just you got to change your perspective a little bit, Lydia. And you know how you think you could do that?
Okay,
I
you guys
think
picked,
Tara
A
has good
pigeon
reason
party.
not-
you guys picked a fine time to be optimists all of a sudden. Goodbye, Ron. We're gonna leave.
Ron says,
Bye, Dad.
goodbye to you all too, I guess. And he descends back into the water.
I think
Jorah,
Tara
doesn't
has
mean-
good reason not to escalate.
What is that? I don't follow.
You are part of the reason why not to escalate.
Because I'm a fairy now?
I take out the jar that I have.
Because we're gonna put her in a jar?
We could hurt her.
Right. I don't know if she'll be as much of a easy battle as Phasia,
But
but
it also won't be our first time in the Sacred Realm.
Also, could spend the next decade learning how to trap a great fairy into a canteen, and then it's all over.
Also, they all
Um,
seem significantly dumber than Phasia.
I mean, yeah.
True. All right.
Okay. What are we doing? Are we reading? I would like to read. I love books.
But also, it does sound like if we are able to catch one of those smaller fairies, it would have some of Kotera's magic.
Oh, they're not here anymore, so we'd have to look somewhere else.
Yeah,
we would.
but if we needed it in a pin,
Would they be around where she died?
no idea.
Yeah, we could go look in the desert for sweet loot. Probably had some
mean-
magic items on her.
I think it's worth checking out.
Healing magic items, perhaps.
Maybe. I don't know what she would have as immortal or not, but
I mean, we can go back to the 11th hour hideout. You
That's
can
right.
read, and Natara and I can perhaps try and find Kotera's roasted body.
Just be careful of Moldugas.
Oh yeah. Do we think I'm gonna hear voices when we go back now?
I
I'd
don't
like to
know.
not hear voices.
I think I think
I think you're cured.
I greater restored that.
No, yeah, but I'm just, it's disturbing. I'd
You
like
might
to
hear
not.
our voices if we talk.
True.
Jorak says, I don't know why there are voices at wherever your hideout is, but you could come read in the or I also don't know why you want to read. But there's you could hang out in Kakariko also. Cuz then anybody who's not reading, we could hang out. But
Oh yeah, Natara Lorhanan. You want to hang out with Jorak?
No, I think that Kakariko might be too distracting for Inari.
Why is
yeah.
that?
why?
That's also
Yeah,
true. Also
we gotta
true.
get Inari her
Yeah.
girlfriend so that she can be sated, I guess.
I agree. I
I'm
agree.
feeling great. I'm feeling
Let's read.
great. What meet was sated? What does that mean?
Sated's an interesting choice
well, all
there.
of a sudden, when
Hey,
I
what
start
does that
saying
mean?
it,
I will.
wrong.
He
Okay,
said
but see,
happy, not sated.
he's sated.
Sound boy,
Thing.
sound boy.
it's the same. I can't believe this group.
Yeah, I mean, what does that? What does that mean?
You know what?
Oh yeah, good point. Tell Hannon what that means.
I'm gonna start teleporting. Anybody
So,
who
Lord
wants to come
Hannon,
with
what
me
that
can.
means is.
Oh yeah, Jorak.
I'm gonna
Jorak knows.
cast silence.
Jorak is
Jorah.
aware of some birds and bees.
I'm gonna cast silence actually on the
Jorak
whole
and
group
I-
and then start teleporting.
So Durak is silently explaining.
What are we need some really good hand motions.
Kidding.
And he goes like that, and I'm like looking at him like.
No, he
I
goes
point
like
at my
this,
legs. I
and
point
he
at my
said
legs.
he goes like this, and then he goes like this, and then that, and then he goes
Oh
like
my
this, and then
God.
that.
The
This
teleporting
is one of
the
those
most
moments where I
I
wish
know
this
that game. I know that game.
What? What?
He's doing rock paper scissors. Boulder's parchment shears.
This minute that we're teleporting and watching him is probably the most painful minute of my whole life.
What? More than like your mother being like, "I don't love you."
Yeah,
Or
no,
like
yeah.
not having any intelligence or thoughts in your brain for like a solid like.
Hey, I don't know what pain is in that time.
No, true. Good point.
But
I'm
you
glad that
guys,
Lillian Captain silence is in the log, so everyone remembers that spell slot got used for very important reasons.
I'll get it back. It's whatever. Okay, we're going to.
Yes,
Are we
you
going
guys-
straight to the hideout, or are we going to like a place closer to Kotera's body? Jenna, may I see the Sheikah map, please?
No reason we can't do both.
yes, sir. Chic slate map.
Thank you. Okay, we'll just go to the hideout to get out of here.
I mean, in all reality, you'd probably just need to look for the smoking glass dunes.
Oh yeah, true.
You guys teleport back to outside the Yiga clan hideout, which is now your hideout. And some of you retreat to inside to continue reading your book. Is that correct? Your books?
Yep.
And Lorhan and Natara, what are you guys doing?
Or do you want to venture out into the desert, or you want to just kind of keep watch here?
I don't know. Let's just keep watch here.
Okay,
Mhm.
keep watch here, not split the party.
You guys keep watch, hang out at the 11th hour hideout here, while the rest of you spend the rest of the day reading. So you guys, you need to read the book for how many hours? 48?
48 out of 6 days worth of time.
Okay, so this is day 3. We can say you lost, I mean, not a lot of time. You call it like 2 hours of like deciding where to go and everything like that. So instead of getting 12 today, 10. Is there anything anybody wants to do other than that?
I mean, they've already read because it was 16 hours 2 days ago.
Oh, it's 16 hours in a day that you guys are
Because
reading.
it's 8 for a long rest.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then we stopped at like noon, right? So like gotten in 6 hours or so, right?
You probably need like another half day.
Yeah.
Probably a little
Alright.
more of a day.
Yeah.
So then plus 8.
10 hours to go.
Oh yeah, you guys are very close. If that's the case. But you reach the end of this day, and take your long rests. Is anybody doing anything at night?
So how many more hours do we need on the books? Because we could just like, if it's like 2 or less, we could just read during our shifts.
So 16 on the first day, 16 on the second day, because this was the third day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 6 by noon, but instead of getting 16 that day, we'll say you lost like 2 hours. So that's just plus another 8. So you're at 46. So yeah, you only have like 2 hours to go.
We could just read during our watches.
Yeah, our eyes are bleeding, but we could read through the washes.
Yeah.
This is a
Uh,
gripping tale.
Yeah, it's the end of the book. I only have a few pages left.
Yeah, you guys. Well, I really want to know the content of your guys' books.
I definitely have like a picture book about like how to be strong and cool.
my
It's like a
gosh.
WikiHow.
A wiki-
A WikiHow article printed out. Yeah, I'll finish my book for my shift.
But yeah, I mean, you guys can all stay up just at the same time and finish your books as Lorhanan and Natara go to bed, pretty much. I don't know if you guys want to keep watch at all in
So I guess we
the
don't really need to
recesses
keep
of the
watches.
hideout.
Yeah, no one's gonna mess with our hideout.
I'll
That's
cast
true.
Hut anyway, but
But eyes so tired. 2 hours into the rest, the three of you close your books and receive the benefits.
Guys, I have even more muscles than I did before. It's
Nari looks
so.
buffer now.
Oh my gosh. You like run into me and it makes a gong noise and you just immediately pass out.
So true.
Yeah.
The past few
So-
weeks have just been Inari gets hotter, Inari gets hotter, Inari gets hotter.
now
I just
she's
like that
super buff
she-
and glowing.
She closes the book and suddenly her muscles just like swell slightly.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what is my. Oh, this is so good.
So does the score or the modifier? It's your charisma
The
increases.
score
to
goes up
2.
by 2, so the modifier should go up by 1.
Okay, perfect.
Now we're going go to Kakariko, and then Inari's gonna have some sort of adventure.
I have a plus 16.
As
to
Jorak
performance.
explained.
Some sort of adventure.
She's gonna play rock paper scissors with Commander Death,
Oh my
and then
gosh.
she'll be.
Guys, why
she'll
are we?
have her-
Why,
she'll have
why
her-
is this
she'll
our
be
priority
famous.
all of a sudden? Why
Rock,
does it
paper,
hang out with
scissors.
our girlfriends again?
Yeah, you know what, Lorhanan? Oh my gosh.
You know
I'm
what?
not.
Inari, you, me, Commander Des, and Ionia need to have a beach episode.
Ooh,
Oh,
interesting.
a beach episode? Oh, brother. No, you know, I don't even know, Lydian, I don't even know what that is.
The beach, we've been there.
I know what the beach
It's a big
is. What
place
is a
with
beach
waves.
episode? Oh my.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm like severely depressed, and I don't know why everybody's insisting that we go hang out with like our loved ones when there's still work to do.
I also just need to figure some things out further before we do that. Unironically. I need to do some soul searching.
Oh.
I'm conflicted, that's all. But that's not what matters right now. What matters right now is going to search for magic items.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. We should do that.
To get closer, we should go and teleport outside of Gerudo Town.
That works, and then we can. Yeah.
So you guys are
Uh,
teleporting to outside of Gerudo?
Yes. Does anybody want to do anything before we go? Okay, we'll just teleport straight there.
Yep. You teleport to the shrine outside. You see it is early morning. The men are not at the gate, but there are guards that are there. And you go in which direction, I guess.
mean, we're gonna go towards Kotera's grotto, or not Terra's grotto, right?
Do we see any like smokestacks on the horizon or anything like that?
Give me a perception check.
$25.
There's nothing apparent. On a 25, you can see like some faint wisps of something that has been in embers potentially for some time. It's about halfway between Gerudo Town and where you know Terra's Grotto to be.
Looks like the right direction.
So, you guys traveling on foot?
Can't
Focus
really
is
rent
hard for-
some sand seals, can we?
I mean, we can all fly if you give me 10 minutes to think about how much I want my bird to come back.
Yeah. Yes.
Fair enough.
Ooh,
I think
yeah.
we should avoid the ground as well.
Well, I mean, I know you guys are not as practiced on walking in sand and heels as I am, so yeah.
Honestly, not as
probably a
practiced
good
as walking
idea.
in heels. I'm so, like this entire adventure. I'm honestly in awe.
I mean, what can I say? It's one of my many talents. So
I had my doubts when you were climbing Mount Hebra in them, but
you know, it's just you have to have the right mindset. That's pretty much what it is. You have to be mentally tough, Akila, which like you're there. You just have to believe in yourself. Anyway, let's go
So,
fly
over
in that
here
direction.
at the distance that you are from the actual gate entrances, you guys sort of gather, wait a little bit for Inari to summon her bird, and she boards her loft wing, and you guys take to the skies in your various methods of flying, which include winged boots, which can now work again on Lorhanan, natural flight from Lydian, the carpet of flying that Natara has. Akila, what is your method for flight?
who am I joining? Am I on the magic carpet or am I on? Okay.
Okay. And you join Natara on the carpet, and Inari takes Toonly. And you guys soar in the sky, high above the dangers of Moldugas that lurk in the sands below. Up here, up high now, you can see definitively like where the damage was done most recently. But you also pass by several areas of just blackened earth, in like these long paths, as if just cyclones of fire tore through the land. But the one that is the freshest is the one you must go to, and so you follow the faint smoke and trails, and probably in the early-ish afternoon, because you're traveling up in the air in the early-ish afternoon, like around like 1 o'clock-ish, you do indeed arrive at that point, and it has since stopped smoldering in a way that is visible at a distance, but you guys had clocked it early enough and descend. There are some fried hydromelons in the area, as well, but you see black earth as you descend.
It is possible, since Terra is like enchanting, that she just destroyed the magic items.
Yeah, maybe, but still, we can like take a look and see.
It is not necessarily immediately apparent that there is anything other than just charred earth here. Though you might be expecting to see like little of those fairies floating around, you do not right now.
Can I look for any sign of her whatsoever, or was she completely obliterated?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Eight.
You begin to sort of like poke around, search the sand, sifting through it. It's still quite hot to a degree, But that might also be because of the sun in the afternoon here being at its highest. But there is not anything necessarily immediately apparent to you that stands out as other material besides sand, other than the hydromelons.
Kotera should have really told us her plan. She shouldn't have been so, heavy-handed with it.
I agree.
Like, I know this is the Great Fairy of secrets and subterfuge, but she should not have kept secrets and subterfuge against us.
I just feel like
That's
keeping that against your ally is going to cause distrust, which is what happened in the first place.
We weren't really her allies. We were just means of convenience for her.
Right, and that
True.
bit her in the end.
Bit all of us. Well, there's nothing for it now, unless you want to spend the day sifting through blackened sands.
No.
No.
So are we going back to the Sacred Realm then? Or
With the
Yeah.
intention of going to the Lost Woods?
yeah.
I think so. I mean, we have to go. I guess Kotera's Grotto is a neutral portal now. If we
I
want.
don't think it's not a portal.
It's not even, yeah.
Oh.
Do you think
Okay.
we could find another one that's closer? Or does close even matter?
We have our travel values. Like, find a
Yeah.
portal that's closer to the Lost Woods.
Yeah, but does that even matter? Like, is distance even linear in the Sacred
Kor-
Realm?
That Korok said he could help us get there, so
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bringing the Korok counter back.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like the Koraks
we
are
went-
at. In fact, I'm pretty sure the Korak, like Jorak, is just 3 Koraks in a druid suit.
like
Um,
as long as you all don't want to, go and see people before we go, I have no reason to wait.
I do. I mean, I don't know. I want to talk to the druids because I don't think that. I know that you said we might be banned. I don't think we're banned from the mountain, are we?
He
Yes.
said don't come back.
You're definitely banned from the mountain.
The guy was probably going to be defrocked just for talking to us.
Is there anybody else who we know who might have like a healing spell that we can verify our theory?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we can
Let's
pop by.
say we verify our theory, then
Then what?
Doesn't really
I think
matter if it's verified or not. Like,
I
we're
think
still.
I know it's just a safety
What,
net,
like,
I guess.
if we were
Like,
cursed and can remove a curse, like, is that what you're thinking? Like,
yeah, kind of. I mean, like if there's some sort of blight on us, then there's some sort of way to undo that.
I can cast Detect Magic on us and see if I sense anything.
Go for it, I think.
Alright, I'll do it as a ritual spell.
I mean, if it
I'll
is a
take that.
curse, then greater restoration. remove
Exactly.
curses.
I really hope that's the case. Because like
Right.
Ron said, the healing magic shouldn't have gone away entirely. Like death doesn't go away entirely if Ron dies.
Alright, so I will ritually cast Detect Magic then.
There was that other great fairy who died before. It's not like everybody started getting lost when navigation ended.
Right. Jenna?
I would just wait and see if anybody did it. Akila's ritual casting. It'll take her a couple minutes. Does anybody else do
Oh,
anything?
I don't think. Yeah.
You guys are still. You didn't teleport yet. You're still in the desert here.
Correct, yeah.
So Akila, you begin to detect magic. You do not sense anything on you guys outside of the normal. But there is like a little bit of magic coming from the earth.
Oh,
just a couple feet
duh.
away.
We're so dumb.
I was like, man, if only I had a metal detector spell, and then I'm like, God, what a moron. Okay. Well,
You-
happy days.
You go over to where the your magical sensor is sort of picking up on, and you don't see anything there. You get the sense that it's sort of in the sand. So you push aside, begin to dig in the hot charred earth, and the tiny little blue fairy flitters up.
Can I catch it?
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. Do you have something to catch it with?
I have a bug catching net, like tightly woven net.
Tightly woven net would be.
I wouldn't say that's not me. I will help Natara catch it then.
And I'll give her bardic inspiration.
Let's
You're gonna catch
put
this fucking
Kotera
bug.
in a jar. Let's put Kotera in a jar.
Okay. It's 2 hit. I need you to make an attack, Natara. It is going to be using your dexterity modifier. No proficiency.
2.
You have advantage because Aquila is helping.
Oh, I do have advantage.
And a d12.
It's a
Okay.
19.
A 19. Natara, you see a moment for, you see something so tiny, and Aquila points it out, and you quickly pull out, like you're pulling out a weapon, a net, and you swiftly swish it across, and the little tiny fairy gets caught within it.
Do you have a jar?
I might have a jar or something. Unless we just use Aquila's jar.
No, I'm keeping that filled with the other thing.
I have a thing of oil. Can I just dump out all the oil?
Ugh. What thing of oil?
I don't know. It just says oil for my lamp, but like I imagine that's a little bottle or something.
Okay.
Now she's oiled up in a jar.
Oiled up.
Why would you say that? Why would you ever say that?
You empty the oil from the little jar that it is contained in, and Natara, you sort of empty the net so that the creature within falls into the jar. Within the jar, the little fairy does not float. Instead, is kind of stuck to the side and eventually the bottom.
Can I see if fairies need like air or something, or if I'm just gonna kill it?
Can you see if
Is like-
fairies need air?
Well, like I'm a fairy, I'm a fae, right? Can I make some sort of like nature check to see if I?
Just poke a hole in the top.
I don't know. It's like a bottle, right? Is it corked? Can I poke a hole in the top?
There's definitely a stopper that would be. I don't even know what the oil flask that you have. Like
I don't know, man.
What
This is
it
the
looks
diplomat's
like.
pact. It saved me before. It's saving me now.
I feel like it's whatever it is opaque actually, and so you can't really see inside unless you have the top open. But nonetheless, whatever the stopper is, you poke a hole in that is too small for the fairy to get out, and tiny blue light just sort of shimmers up.
Perfect.
But Aquila, your detect magic did not end with just that fairy. In that same spot, you sense more coming from it.
More of the same magic or just other
More
magical?
of the same, just like a magical thing.
Okay.
We're putting the net on top of the sand and taking your way around. They only have one way to go.
You put it up and wait a moment, and eventually the sand sifts enough, and another little blue fairy floats.
We need to catch all of these.
Oh.
Okay. Does anybody have?
We cast force around this area.
Ooh.
And then what? Just like if we catch them all, then.
Like,
Where
so
do we
they
put them?
can't get away.
I mean, no, I
So
got that,
even
but, like,
even
once-
if we can't restore Kotera, we have a huge supply of fairies now.
Okay, I will take Lorhanon's advice and I'll do that. I'll cast Wall of Force in a 5x5 area, or I guess not 5x5, but like big enough to contain all of us, and like be, not have a bottom just on the ground. I guess, yeah. Does that make sense, Jenna?
Yeah.
Should I give you exact dimensions?
No, you're fine. I gotcha.
Okay.
Ladian sets up this magical barrier, and you guys then dig deeper into the sand, and then one after another, little blue fairies begin to float and flitter around. Some of them like are sort of drawn to Inari and like flitter around her with the summer wing butterflies that have been floating around her since you've been in the desert. And others just kind of like bounce or like flit around, bounce around.
Do any
in-
of them
in the
react
air.
especially to Lorhanon?
Ooh.
No, not any different than the rest of you,
Mm.
other than Inari because of the butterflies that are around her.
Oh gosh.
But all in all, there's one that is caught within Lydian's oil flask, and then there are 7 others that float around.
I mean, if I can catch them with a net, can I just like take out some additional rope and weave it shut? Like, kind of create a lid for it?
I think it would take you time to do that, and Wall of Force is 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, it would take you more time to do that than how long you have Lydian's barrier here, keeping them all contained.
I'm just looking. We can dump out some of our potions, like Potion of Flying, Potion of Psychic Resistance. We can like dump them out and then use those jars if we want.
That's true.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
I'll dump out my Potion of Flying. That seems like not super useful.
You dump it on the ground.
And then how can I fit one fairy in that jar?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yep, so you dump it out,
Every jar
and
is fine.
Natara catches another fairy with her net and dumps it into that jar in particular, and it now floats inside this clear vessel, and it seems to float faster inside.
I feel like I don't really need a perfume of bewitching much anymore. Can I use that? Can I dump out the perfume and then use that perfume bottle?
Yeah, dump that out, catch another one. You can add another one
Where do you-
there. That one,
What?
what was
Lydia's
that?
You
got a
sure
whole
you want to
lot
dump
of
that
hair.
out onto us in this enclosed space?
Well, it just like, what does that do? It just gives me like charisma advantage on charisma against you guys. It doesn't really do a whole lot. It does. You have advantage on
Oh,
all
never
charisma
mind.
checks
Yeah,
directed at
we're not.
humanoids.
We're not CR1.
You're not CR1 either.
We're too strong to be attracted to you right now.
Okay, so that's 3 then.
The one that
If
goes
anybody else-
inside changes to be sort of a faint pink color.
If anybody else has any other bottles, we have like 8
We have the
fairies total.
Handicorn spice pouch.
Coteras.
That would
Oh, gosh.
definitely
Auto
kill them
collection.
if we put them in there.
I mean, can't we just put them in our bag of holding? Like,
Won't they need air and they'll die?
I don't know.
So,
Oh boy.
does the Goron spice pouch still make Goron spice? Because it was Phasia's associated, like, plant thing.
Who
Or is
has
it
it
just
right
like
now?
a regular pouch now?
Who has it?
Not me.
Not me.
I feel like it's just kind of in the bag.
Well, if Natara, you're curious about it and the things that are unfolding here as you guys are sifting through your things in a 10-minute span to find vessels for these fairies, your curiosity is piqued and you reach in and you do procure some Goron spice.
Okay.
Do we
Just
need to-
wondering.
Do we need a potion of psychic resistance, or are we just gonna freeball the prophetess fight?
Well,
You won't need to. I can cast Intellect Fortress on people.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna dump out the potion of psychic resistance.
You dump it out. The fairy that goes inside turns like a deep pink color.
All right,
I'm
we got
glad
4. There's 4 more.
Kotera-
There's 4 to go.
I'm glad Kotera is now just in a few eclectic vials that we have.
Okay. We have a love elixir. We have an elixir of longevity, animal friendship.
I feel like
And
we might not need animal friendship.
what is
Yeah, I
the
feel like
one
that's
You dump that one out as well.
I think so.
Yeah, fairy goes inside. Has like green
We
and
have
pink colors.
We have Inari's canteen.
Yeah.
that is
Just-
true.
But doesn't it act like a bag of holding?
Pretty much, yeah.
But it doesn't anymore.
Is
Yeah, but we need a hole in it to
Yeah.
breathe still.
so that's
It's a
kind
sealed water vessel.
I have, in addition to oil, I have ink from my. I mean, like, that one might get a little nasty, but I can dump out all my ink, and I will rinse this one with water if possible.
Okay, you rinse this one with water, and the ink is washed out, and the fairy goes inside.
Inkwell holds fairy. Okay, that's 6.
Yeah, 5 bottled fairy, 1 oily bottled fairy.
Do you think we kept the bottles of the crack elixirs? Not explicitly.
I feel like no,
Safe.
unless we specified for some reason. No.
All right, so we have the hasty elixir and the elixir of barkskin.
Oh, the Barkskin one is garbage. Right?
Barkskin, I feel like is pretty niche.
Doesn't
Yep.
that increases your AC?
Only if you're
increases
not
your
wearing
AC.
armor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, then.
that would be good for like barbarians or.
Yeah, Barkskin is kind of bad.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll dump
then,
that.
yeah.
Fairy goes inside, turns like a mossy green color.
All right,
That's
so that's 7. Is there
Yep.
was there 7 total or 7 plus the one we already
7
captured?
plus the
Jenna?
one in the oil.
One more.
Okay, so there's 1 more. So dump out the hasty elixir as well then.
I mean, you
Yeah.
and Inari both have haste, right?
I don't
Or
even think it's
Natara?
that. I think it's just like a
It's-
speed increase. Like it's like a movement speed increase. It's
Oh,
not
okay,
It's
haste.
yeah.
hasty, not haste.
Oh, literally hasty. Okay, yeah, sure, we can dump that.
All right, fairy goes inside, turns.
I
a
think that's
slightly
what you
different
made at one point.
cerulean.
I think so. That's the cricket.
This is
potion.
your crack potion.
Yes. Before we got the real crack potion.
And so within the span of time that Lydian has his wall of force up, you guys go through your belongings and empty 8 vessels to catch fairies in. And now you have a bunch of jars of fairies.
We could go talk to someone if we want to see about restoring her.
Who?
Also, it doesn't
I mean,
seem like it's her. Like I feel like there would be a
No.
lot more animosity towards us from these fairies if it was still
Yeah.
her essence.
Yeah.
This is quite sad, though.
Not so fun when she's someone else's plaything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Sacred Realm?
Yeah. I think
Any no other magic items in the ground, Jenna?
Nope.
All right.
But you guys,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you guys teleport to your travel medallion location. Then, in that case, on Wrist Peninsula, at the Spiral.
Now we do before. Like I did just burn a 5th level. Are we just gonna go in as is? We're probably just gonna go in as is. Okay, I don't need it back.
I mean, we could. Remember, we don't want to. We want to long rest as little as possible in this place.
Yeah.
We don't even know if it's been long enough for the Natora to like fully regenerate.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if we want to wait a day, like I could go in, like
For 6 seconds and see.
for 6 seconds, kind of,
We
Get it.
might want to wait a day because if we do
and
Sacred
then we
Realm
can
and then
long rest, and then.
yeah, if we do Sacred Realm and then immediately prophetess, I don't want to be down a spell slot for that.
Right.
But
Makes sense.
It might come back.
Okay, so where do you want to spend our day then?
Yeah, you guys have the whole afternoon and evening.
Oh, it actually comes back on a short rest.
Here.
Ethereal step.
We can go to Rito Village or Kakariko or somewhere else.
Someone could drop me off at the Northern
yeah.
Labyrinth. Pick me up later.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
We could. I mean, yeah, we could help you with that too.
I think I'll handle this myself.
while we're at the Northern Labyrinth, we could stop in and see Robbie and see if we can get any other tech that might help.
Needs Guardian parts to buy that.
Yeah, are we saving them up?
God, I don't
Yeah.
remember where all those things are.
So much money and Guardian parts.
We could
I
buy.
think-
We
I
could see
think-
if he could sell Guardian parts to us.
Yeah. Yeah, we can stop by Robbie's and while you're and then we might go somewhere else and we'll pick you up later.
Oh, what if we look for the Shrine of Power and offer the scale there?
No.
We
Do we want to do that without Aquila though?
do have a dinner all scale.
Power's not exactly my strong suit anyway, so it's fine if you guys want to do it without me.
Well,
I mean, I guess you could find it and then rest there, set a medallion, and come get me.
if we happen to find it though, like there's still that cave on either side that had the scale and
I don't think that's anything.
This cave is mentally dominating us.
we only have one scale though.
It's true.
I don't know if it's consequential. I would rather look for the Springs of Power, to be honest, or Springs of what would they be called collectively? The Springs of the Triforce.
Don't you have the scale from? Oh! You're saying one scale of Dinral.
Yeah.
We have one
We have all
scale
the
of
scales.
dinner.
We need to offer them.
Yes, yeah. Because I was gonna say you have
Yeah.
ferocious as well.
Yep,
Oh, we
We
do.
have all three.
Well,
Oh, we
you,
offered-
Or,
you
yeah, I guess
offered
we already did.
Matrix.
you already offered Nate. And what was that? It was just like 1 point of wisdom or something.
Yeah.
Not
So, like-
just. it was a point of wisdom.
But like, I don't think all my scores are even, to be honest. Besides wisdom, so like it wouldn't
So?
really do a whole lot.
Yeah.
Unless that changes. No, that wouldn't change any
We
modifiers. or
think the
anything.
one is dexterity. I'm odd on that because I had to take a random point because I, took
Oh
wisdom.
yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm also.
Yeah, if anybody has odd stats, I mean, then it's worthwhile. But
I mean, I don't know that. What was it? Courage is necessarily dexterity.
We have no idea where the Spring of Courage might be.
Yeah.
no, I think we do have an inkling that the power one is in Akala somewhere.
We do know that because Natara met Galong, who knows that it's somewhere in a column.
We should meet up with.
That is. Well,
We
go
could
on, I
test
guess.
our
Yeah.
theory about healing magic if you met Galong.
True. Let's try to find Galonk.
Oh my god.
Galong.
How about Ben playing 2 characters? Was that on your agenda for today?
Look, as long as we get to the Sacred Realm, so I can do the thing I've been waiting to do forever. I just have a fun
Nah.
thing. As long as we do that, then I'm fine.
Lydia, let's scry on my friend Galonk. I don't know that I have anything of his.
Probably
I
don't.
I will use the
Have
crystal ball and
you-
scry on Galunk.
Oh,
Right, you could attune to the crystal ball and then scry on along.
okay.
Me, or are you pointing at Natara?
Natara. Because she's met
Right. She's met Galunk. Yeah, that could work. I think I have a sketch. No, I have a sketch of Bogey. I'm mixing up my Gorons. Go ahead, Natara. You can attune to the crystal
So
ball. if you'd
we're
like.
spending an hour in the labyrinth. Aquila digging through a dead guardian,
That's
Okay.
right.
and Natara is attuning to the ball.
Yeah, I
No
guess I
place
will.
I'd rather be than hip deep in a wreck of a guardian.
See.
And I will need to reattune to stuff. Yeah, I'm going to unattune from the Hylian shield.
I'll reattune.
Um, and I guess try to scry on Golong.
Do we think Golong has since
I don't know.
You're gonna be really sad when you find just like a corpse on the other side of this.
No.
No, he wasn't in Elden.
he was not in
Technically,
Elden?
technically, Golong would, since he's a backup, have been doing stuff in this time to be at level with you guys.
He also killed a great fairy.
but
We don't know who.
He also found a secret divine beast and has activated it.
so
Guys, I found
so
the sixth divine beast.
we'll say for the sake of that, instead of whatever Galong's proficiency bonus is per his level, it'll be whatever your guys' proficiency bonus is, because he
Okay.
was a cleric, I believe, and therefore has
Yep.
proficiency with wisdom saving throws.
Yes. Yes, this wisdom saving throw is gonna be nasty.
Because it's a
Um,
+0 for I have met the target. I don't know. Can I claim
Yeah.
familiar with him? He didn't tell me his life story.
Golong is a talker.
He didn't
He's a
tell me
talker.
like his entire life story and
Yeah,
what
whether
he
or not
did
she knows him well.
and about his mentor and rock ball or whatever it was called.
I'll tell you what, Natara, give me a history check.
Oh, I'm so wonderful at those. +0.
Oh,
Oh wait, that was a 4. Shouldn't have
okay.
been with advantage.
We'll just say that you have met the target.
Okay, well then he gets a +0.
Do you have anything from him?
I don't think so.
A possession or anything? No. Okay.
Not explicitly. I don't remember explicitly getting anything of his.
So Golong
Did he give
has
you a rock?
Oh, yeah, he might have. He probably
He probably
did.
did.
He probably did.
I'll probably give you a rock, honestly.
And
That's
Natara
a
would
minus-
have kept it.
That's a
Okay.
-4 to his save.
All right.
Okay, that's -4.
All right. So, Ben, I'm gonna have you make the Galonk roll.
So he gets a -4. He has a +9 to wisdom saving throws.
Good lord.
-4 to +5. So he needs to get a
12.
DC 17.
Yeah.
So
Oh God.
Uh,
Oh no.
Oh, that's what's
Oh, you add the 5. Okay, perfect.
you get this guy on Golong.
What's he doing?
Ben, what's Galonk been up to?
Uh,
Just in like a summary. I can do the picture unless you want to take the scry.
I can take it. I can take
Sure,
it.
you are definitely welcome to.
So Golong traveled. So Golong was looking for the Spring of Power when he met Natara, and Natara took him on a little bit of a detour to meet the Great Fairy Nisha. And this was, as you may recall, Golong's first time away from home. He never left Goron City. He would love to tell everyone about it. He has spent the past few months essentially having very similar encounters where he's like, well, I gotta find the Spring of Power, but then I meet this traveler on the road, and I'm gonna travel with them for a few days in whatever direction they're going. So he's been kind of wandering all over, Akala and Elton, getting distracted and going off on these side adventures. But the Great Fairy War happened, and then people stopped traveling a bit. He's had some time to really uh, focus more on his goal. And I think that you would see him somewhere in Akala, in a slightly more wooded area of Akala. And he's like walking around, crunching on branches. He's got a incredibly crudely drawn map. Like uh, it's a piece of paper that has like 3 different maps that he's like crossed out because he's gotten confused. Um, and he's probably humming a tune. He's still cheery, of course. And he is humming some sort of spiritual song, carrying his bag of rocks and his map. And I think he would probably uh, probably come to sort of edge of the woods and look out. And I just imagine that this is like where there's one of the Lionels in Akala, sort of thing that would happen to go along. And he goes, he talks to himself a little bit. He says, this fellow's probably not too happy to see me. Try and make myself, and he rolls into a ball and rolls around. And when he uncurls, he sits down and says, nowhere near to finding it.
Oh my god, has he been looking this whole
I
time?
do really worry about home.
Oh.
And then that's the end of the thing.
Has he been looking for months? Oh my god.
All this guy knows is it's somewhere in.
Buddy, come on, it's not that big.
He's a friendly guy. He gets distracted and travels with people for a few days in the opposite direction. If he met Sidon, he would travel with Sidon all the way back to.
Well, do we get a locale from that?
Edge of the woods
I
somewhere.
mean, you could probably. I mean, you could see, where Death Mountain is, right, relative to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking, hang on the map, that he was like kind of in like this sort of area.
That's right near Robbie's.
So close.
Because there's little patches of trees there. So areas.
Okay, so we can teleport to that shrine, I think.
Yeah.
That's right at the foot of that hill.
Yeah.
That's a shrine with the stable that's been
Taken over by
Oh,
feral.
right. Yeah, you guys will get to meet our friends.
But only in Ari. I guess was Lorcan.
I was there, yeah.
You were there too. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was the 3 of us.
What was
Aquila was freaking out. She was losing her mind, and
Yeah.
Inari just kind of around, making sure that Aquila didn't.
there?
Yeah.
So you guys are teleporting to that shrine by that stable.
Yes.
You guys leave the desert and arrive by Eastakala Stable. And whereas before those of you that weren't here last time that this was visited, it was just a normal stable. Those of you that were here the time most recent, there were feral people hiding, effectively. And now you see a very spread out sort of town of these like animal skin houses. And there are people moving around, wearing all sorts of like furs and horns and antlers and things on their heads. And you guys arrive across the road, like a distance away from the stable itself. Do you
And
want
we're
to
not.
approach?
Are they the same people, or are they like?
You can
Okay.
tell that they are the same, at least if not the same individuals, of the same people. They're just
I guess we
these
would drop.
taller Hylians that have like less kempt hair, and they wear furs and things, from what you can see.
I guess we probably would have dropped Aquila in the labyrinth first before coming here.
Right. You like
Yeah.
Okay.
teleport to that shrine, drop Aquila off. The rest
Alright.
of us teleport back.
So Aquila is at the Lomai Labyrinth Island, and the other four of you have arrived here.
I think we don't engage since they
Yeah, definitely
didn't
avoid
seem
eye
to want
contact.
us around.
Yeah.
Just head in the other direction.
You guys try to avoid eye contact and just go in the other direction, the direction that you are intending to head. Are you
Hey,
like
Jenna. We
yeah.
happen to hear them speaking with each other.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you would hear some of them speaking in their tongue.
What are they saying? What are they saying in their
Oh
tongue?
yeah. I guess yeah, you technically
I'm
would.
fluent in every language.
You hear them saying like you hear a woman and a man conversing. They're talking about um, the recent hunt that has come back, and how it appears to be better than it's been since they've acquired this land over here. And the boar that they found, they heard that it was not as aggressive and more like back a few months ago when they were hunting, and they are sort of relieved. Um, but they're kind of just going about their business. If you guys don't really want to engage with them, then they're not going to really do anything this time either. It appears that you guys arrived like shortly after they had just like gotten there, maybe like a day or two prior, and now that it has been weeks, uh, they have really spread out right here in this prime spot.
I mean, do you think they know where the Shrine of Power is?
Yeah, I guess we can
We can
talk to.
communicate
We
them
can communicate with them
now.
now.
I would rather just stick with
Okay,
Galong for
sure.
right now, but they're a
Yeah.
good fallback, I guess.
I'm good.
Okay. You guys move past them and begin to travel through the day in search of Galank. Let's resolve guardian parts.
Oh yeah.
Now, the island. Where is the island labyrinths? This one has however many there were. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 deceased guardians. Are you taking an hour for each to get all parts? So you're
Yep.
going to spend 8 hours here doing that.
That's right.
Okay. In that case, let me make some rolls in here to save us all some time. we will do. That means that you acquire 8 giant ancient cores, as well as 44, 44. Holy shit! 23 ancient cores, as well as 24 ancient shafts, 38 ancient gears, 12, 34 ancient springs, and whatever 25 plus 37 is of ancient screws.
62.
62, yeah.
You can see all the rolls, right?
Yep.
For your reference, yeah. So the D4s are the cores, D6 are shafts, D8s are gears, D12s are springs, D20s are screws. A lot of good parts. But that will be Akila's whole day. The rest of you spend the afternoon and evening traveling in search of Galank. I was looking for my table of the costs of things at Robbie's workshop while Ben was giving his narration. And I did sort of miss exactly where. I saw the ping, so I know in general. But he is by some trees, and so you guys follow down the path and travel west in search of tree lines. There aren't too many, really, in the North Akala foothills and valley. So I imagine that probably within, like, especially, this is sort of a grassland, which is on Natara's preferred list of terrains. Probably doesn't take you very long at all to find Galank. Probably like an hour, honestly, since you have Natara, who was able to see in the scry. And so eventually you guys find a Goron in Akala.
It gives Natara the biggest hug. I can't believe you found me again. That's, I suppose, what the good goddess Din does for us, though. You brought some other friends.
We'll introduce them. Let them introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Lydian.
Go on, brother. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh,
Grabs
my
your
bones are
hand
hollow.
with both of his hands and is like shaking it.
My bones are hollow.
Inari looks at Lydian with like slight concern because like she's like, oh man, I got it, and she's like, yeah, Inari no realize, and Inari like specifically folds her hand so she just offers one hand like to Galank.
Galank grabs it, shakes vigorous. A pleasure, a pleasure.
It's Lorraine.
Yeah, Lorhannon, are you gonna introduce yourself?
Lorhannon, you may recall, actually
We love
loves
Gorons.
Gorons. So Lorhannon is like, oh, it's great to meet you. We've heard all about you. I'm Lorhannon. I'm rather nice to meet you. Same two-handed handshake.
So Galank, we've heard all about you from Natara, and we were curious if we were looking for the Spring of Power. Have you been able to locate it?
Oh, the Spring of Power. Yeah, that's why I'm out here. That's why I left Goron City, and I'm from Goron City originally. This is my first time leaving home, though it's been a few months since I left home, and I've really been trying to find the Spring of Power because it's an important place for us clerics of Din, and there's really only two of us left. And I've got these maps. I was trying to track my progress, but mm, I'm not too great keeping directions. That's not necessarily what us do. You know, we're folks of the earth, and we really like all the earth, especially us clerics of Din. If you didn't realize.
Right. Can I check my map with yours? Just see what aligns here.
Oh, absolutely.
We've also been traveling, so we also have a map.
We have multiple maps.
He shows you again. It's a page that has 3 maps on it, 2 of them with big X's over them because they just got like he basically it's like, oh, I'm trying to make a map by like drawing a line on a piece of paper that tracks like where I've been.
Right.
So you get like, okay, here's where Goron City is, and like you can kind of maybe tell where he's been, maybe.
Okay. I guess if you have any specific inklings for like where it might be or hints you've gathered along the way or any sort of like, because we'll help you find it. We're also heading in the same direction now, and because we have our map, which is pretty accurate, I feel like we might be able to find it like within a couple hours.
You're just roasting him.
The
Oh my
line-
God.
I mean, I don't know if he would like interpret that as a roast or not.
He wouldn't. Oh, well, thanks for the help, brother. Let's see. Well, I've been down here at the spiral and past the city. At this point, I'm pretty confident that it's north of the citadel somewhere, so we must be in the right region. Well, I know from the my everything I've learned as a cleric that the spring of power, you know, is connected to the goddess Din, who's the goddess of power and also the creator of Death Mountain. So perhaps we need to go closer to the mountain.
All right, I like that. So north of the citadel and closer to the mountain. I mean that section of land. I mean we can just look around there for anything that might be poking out of the ground.
I don't think the spring of power is going to be poking out of the ground, brother.
Do you think it's gonna be underground?
Well, sure. Gorons love the earth.
I'm sure Din does too.
Been to Goron City. It's my hometown, as a matter of
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Dinara's like crying.
We have been to Goron City. It's quite lovely this time of year.
Yeah, I haven't been back home in a few months, and I got a little homesick ever since the volcano erupted, but you know, I have my mission. You know, it's really important that I help reconnect our people to the Golden Goddess. After all,
I think that's a wonderful and inspiring goal. I'm glad you've been able to stay so upbeat with the, you know, chaos that's been happening.
oh, you know, I have my faith to help guide me. You know, so long as the earth is steady, so too, you know, shall be my purpose.
Okay, so Jenna, looking at this map, we are on the kind of tree line up here, I think.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, from what my best guesstimation, This little black dot that is like 1 hour away is the Spring of Power.
No, I see. I think it's the citadel that no longer exists anymore, right?
So on your map, the black spots are just areas you haven't filled in with anything yet. It's more so like that. But I'd say looking at your map, what you do see is this here. There's some kind of depression that was documented. I believe Natara gave you the map of Kala. Um, and uh, in this conversation, uh, Orderok Quarry would come up, um, since you guys are talking about like in the earth and everything, and it is that sort of brown spot on your map.
Do you want to go check that out?
Sure.
Lead the way, brother.
You guys spend like an hour and finally like arrive at the quarry. There are large columns of rock that protrude out of the ground, as the ground overall slopes down pretty steeply into this depression. Um, and there are all kinds of rocks and even some trees growing in here. It is completely dry at the bottom. There is no water at the moment, but you could easily see these grounds flooding at times. Um, you also see that there are sky watchers that are flitting in the air above. Um, Not that they are necessarily a thing you guys are concerned about, but definitely could create problems with the nature of the stability of a quarry like this.
I'm wondering, Natara, do you have any sort of ability that might be able to detect where the spring might be? Like detect evil and good, or it wouldn't be a portal, but like something navigational?
Yeah, if it had a portal, I would be able to. I don't think I can. I was kind of trying to look. I mean, if we think that there's like any connection the side of the sacred realm, like I could pop in here,
That could be
see
a
if
good
there's
idea.
anything notable, and also check on the Natora, all within 6 seconds, of course.
I'm good for that.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna use the ethereal step to check out what's on the sacred realm plane around here, and also see if Natora is not just like on me as a person.
Okay. So you ethereal step into the sacred realm. You see that the Natara is larger than it was when you guys left. But though like it's kind of hard for you to necessarily gauge the extent of it in this quick amount of time. But just based on like things around you, you could say that it is 20 feet or greater. Uh, and as well in here, what does this place look like in the sacred realm? It would be uh whereas everything here is like in Akala, it has all those autumnal colors, and like the rock here has a lot of like earthy grays and such in the coloration. In the ethereal plane, or not ethereal plane, in the uh sacred realm with your step, everything is like a like emerald green, cerulean, like sort of bright color. Um, and the rocks here, these pillars, they kind of go up really far and like twist and turn and are like twisty rock formations that protrude out of the ground. Um, and I'd say at the very end of these quick couple seconds that you have here, you hear a bark,
Uh,
like a Hylian retriever. What a bark. And then you step back to the Hyrule plane.
Well, that's just weird.
Said everybody going into the sacred realm ever.
Yep. um, I would be like, good. It seems my Natora has recharged somewhat, so we don't all have to be within 5 feet of each other. It does seem like this is perhaps a notable place on the side of the sacred realm. Maybe not notable, but like different. And then I heard a Hylian retriever, so I don't know what that was about. Belong have any? Is there any connection with Hylian retrievers and Din?
Doesn't sound familiar. Are we near rock that I could use my
That you could what?
use my stone cutting?
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of rocks around here.
All right, I'm going to use my stone.
And that's the same thing. That's like the check, the history check.
Yeah, history check. The history check with double my proficiency bonus.
Wow.
Good thing he's leveled up.
Yeah, it's plus 10 with that.
So that is a 12.
Is that plus Galonk's intelligence? You have it up as a
Yes, that is.
Okay. Yeah, Galonk, you examine the nearest column, the nearest pillar of rock. It is ancient beyond what you can even tell. It is the weathering on this rock from when it was sort of how when it came to be in this form goes back thousands and thousands of years.
Well, this is an ancient place. I don't know anything about the Hylian retriever.
That's fine. It was just strange.
Jenna, do you know if I have, in the sequence of the dragon scales and collecting them, I forget if this was part of it, but did I see a flash of any of the springs of power, like in a dreamlike sequence or anything, or no?
No, you did not see them
Okay.
specifically. Um, so I guess we can. We'll take a break here actually because it is 1 o'clock. We are at halftime. And we'll pick up again with the search in the quarry here.
I promise we'll go to the sacred realm.
Which is apparently what's happening.
I
This is
super
so
promise we'll go to the sacred realm.
fascinating.
We will definitely go to the sacred realm, guys.
All right. Well, let's take a few minutes. And yeah. as we come out of intermission. I did find my table as well for Cherry at Robbie's lab, so everything is good now. But we have Aquila off at Lomai Labyrinth Island, having just the time of her life looking for guardian parts. Meanwhile, Natara has reunited with Galank as Lorhanan, Lydian, and Anari accompany. And you guys have reached the Orderok Quarry with Skywatchers above. What are you doing to locate the Spring of Power?
I guess Golonk has said that he doesn't necessarily know what it looks like, other than it'll be in the ground.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have been to a spring before, the Spring of Wisdom.
Yeah, so I guess like we could look out for like similar features, though I don't know if those will necessarily be apparent right away.
I don't have any incense, do I?
Do you?
Mm.
I know you got some thing.
But why would... I don't know if I bought just one helping of it or not. Kalong, do you have any incense? You're a cleric.
It's a good point. Can I make a luck check?
Well, would you have started with a priest's pack, or did you start with an explorer's pack?
The long would have started with a priest.
Then that does contain incense, so yes, you could have it. No
All
luck
right.
check required.
If we can take 10 minutes where we are, can I cast Legend Lore on the Spring of Power?
Yeah. So without going too far into the quarry here, you guys just outside of the view of the hovering skywatchers that patrol the area, you cast Legend Lore on the Spring of Power, and Lydian, you learn that the Spring of Power is one of the 3 springs in Hyrule that are dedicated to the each of which are dedicated to one of the 3 goddesses. Spring of Power being the one dedicated to Din, the affiliated goddess. You see images of what her symbol is like. It's 3 sort of wavy lines, the top one and the bottom one, that each culminate into like a sort of circle. On one end and the other. And oh man, I'm not like caught up on I don't remember all the lore anymore off the top of my head, but Din is the goddess of power. That is one of the 3 aspects of the Triforce, and the Spring of Power was instated tens of thousands of years ago, way back in ancient times of Hyrule, back when Hyrule was pretty much first created by the 3 goddesses. And it was at a chosen spot because of Din's connection to the earth. And I guess Legend Lore is a high level spell. You'd probably like see what it looks like in your vision of it, and you see that it is entirely surrounded on all sides by walls of stone, natural stone. They are not necessarily like carved to have been constructed. It is like a naturally inlaid in the earth. And you see opposite of the altar at the foot of the goddess statue at this shrine, there is a sort of corridor with an arched top that is shrouded in orange leafy vines that goes down further, but you can't really see past the vines. Um, and you learn that it is indeed located in Akala, though few know its location. That is for good reason. Um, the legend lore would probably tell you it is situated adjacent to Order Rock Quarry. Yeah,
Okay, so
you're in the right
great.
spot.
It's right in, if it's right in the area, can I take a look for? I feel like vines is a very specific natural force for Akala, given that it's mainly like trees and bushes.
Mhm.
Can I take a look for any sort of autumnal vines?
I'd say looking around, either give me perception to like try and observe it, or give me survival to try and identify where vines may be that may be growing, I guess.
A 17 survival.
Yeah. Lydian, I'd say you probably like take to the air a little bit to get a better view of the quarry. Not to get into the range the way of the Skywatchers, but as you kind of come around, you see that obscured to like your view from the northeastern entrance that you've entered the quarry area, there is a face of the rocky terrain that surrounds the quarry that is shrouded in those same sort of autumnal vines.
Perfect. I think that is our destination. And I do, before we go on, I do want to pay Galank back. I know I don't have to. He would probably say, no, keep it. But I want to give him 250 rupees for lending us the incense. Oh, Ben, I
Oh, you
can't hear
guys are
you.
muted.
You and Katie are both muted.
Oh, thank you, brother. I mean, these are nice and all, but really, it's the friendship that matters. And he gives you a hug.
Great
Oh,
character.
thanks, buddy. Yeah.
You know, back in Goron City, we all call each other brother, and I'm trying to bring that out. You know, this is my first time away from Goron City. After all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
um,
gonna have to tell him the truth sometime.
Warn him. They might be
you,
back by now.
yeah,
It's been a while.
you guys were
And
gone
we
for
were in
10
the
weeks
world for
alone.
several months.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I don't know what happened.
but you guys will need to evade the Skywatchers, though you know the location.
Can I
So-
cast Pass Without Trace on us?
Absolutely, you can. And then I will need stealth checks from all 5 of you.
I will give Inari Bardic Inspiration. Don't roll a 1.
Hey, why? I will never roll a 1. Let me turn on disadvantage. Hey, honestly, not that bad. It's a 15, so I will use Bardic.
15.
It's all
Oh,
plus
yeah.
10.
Right,
Right.
it's at 25. Yeah. 26!
It's a
Oh, that
D12, but yeah, the 1 would
Oh,
stay.
D12, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, 6.
26.
It's a 26 because it passed without trace.
Yep.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, good
It's a 25 from me.
Okay. I need
20.
Lorhannon and Galong.
I
That icon.
either of those.
With that, do I have.
Do I really need Lorhannons though, for real? let's be honest here.
I don't
Like-
think I have advantage just inherently, so.
Does your cloak give it to you?
I'm not wearing the cloak anymore.
The Highland Cloak, yeah. That's, I think, mine.
Oh.
Do I have that on? Hold on.
second one was Lord Hitman's.
I'm fairly certain I'm attuned to it. Does it
I can't
require
believe you
attunement?
didn't.
Hylian Hood. It does require attunement, and I don't have that. I think I unattuned to it to attune to the crystal ball, so I don't think so.
Regardless, your average overall is so good. The Skywatchers do not see you, and you come upon the vines.
Can I? Does anybody have a fire cantrip or something?
Yeah.
I guess I can prestidigitate like a spark too if we need.
I mean, and or I can just firebolt it.
That works.
Yeah.
You ignite these vines, and they begin to go up in smoke. One of these Skywatchers nearby notices the smoke and does begin to sort of curiously break its path and come over to investigate. But by the time it gets there, you have all slipped into a corridor you find behind the vines. Find behind vine.
Wow.
Praise the goddess Din for bringing me to meet you today. I think this is the place.
I think so.
He
Hopefully
gives he lifts Lydian up into the air. Like fully you are lifted off the ground.
Okay.
Arms are fully extended right now.
And he just like spins around as if to display you to everyone here.
To Din.
And then he puts you back and then he puts you back down.
Thank you.
As if Lydian was Simba.
You all follow the path here and brush past a few more series of hanging orange vines and enter a clearing with a shimmering pool that encircles a stone altar at the foot of a goddess statue. There is a small little opening on the rock ceiling that shines light down in a sort of like column directly onto the altar.
I'll produce Dinral's scale. I think we have. Is it the scale from all three that we?
It is
Okay.
the scale, yeah.
I'll offer the scale at the altar.
You place the scale on the altar, and it begins to sort of float and then dissolves into shimmering light, which dances around and wraps you all with warmth. You feel the strength uh, come over all of you and become one with you. And as you have successfully presented the scale of the dragon that is affiliated with the goddess Din at her altar, you all gain +1 to your strength. That impressive.
Wow.
I just need another +1 to strength, and it's
Oh,
like
unless
even further.
it puts you above 20. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, that's fine. Ari is already busted, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has 20.
shrines
Three
do
of them.
not exceed 20.
Actual
I think at some point during the day, Galong would have like talked to Inari, told her all the stuff about like the Goron, the true Goron champion, and about like Daruk, how the Gorons have these like physical challenges and all this stuff, and
Oh, Inari. Yeah, Inari would have been deeply impressed. I also think that like it's like she's hearing about these challenges and she's remembering the one time she lost that strength competition and it's still like eating her alive because it's like, oh yeah, I would so destroy that now. So like she's just very impressed and kind of hopes that one day like Goron City is back on its feet so she could witness that maybe.
and when we offer up the scale, Galong is wearing a holy symbol that's like the pride that looks like the Triforce piece for Din, and I would imagine that that would like glow sort of red light as this
Definitely.
occurs.
Yeah. Galank definitely gets other benefits out of this that I don't have written, but would have if I had remotely anticipated that he would be relevant and you guys would be in a kala today doing the Spring of Power. But he does definitely gain other benefits for making this offering successfully at the shrine of his goddess that he has been looking for months. Uh, so there's that. Galank levels up to level 16.
We did it, boys.
um,
The prophetess.
Galong is going to stay at the Spring of Power. Like his goal was not just necessarily to find to semi restore it and then go back to Goron City to the lead pilgrimages here in the future. So
yeah.
Eve Natara is going to explain to him what happened in Goron City.
Oh no.
I think Galong, like he's hard. It's hard because it's hard to get him to stop moving. Right? He's so excited that he's at this sacred place that he's been looking for months. But I think he would take it better than you might expect. He again gives you a giant hug and he says, "Oh, well, thank you for saving my people, brother. All of you. You're deserving of the true Goron champion title." Which was the whole thing he was talking about Daruk with. He said, now I know that my work is even more important to my people than ever. I will make this shrine whole again and make my people whole again. And he goes and gives everyone a
Can I take a few minutes as well, like while we're here, maybe while Natara's explaining what happened, and get like maybe do I have a piece of paper left?
You have
I
paper,
would
you don't
love
have
to-
ink.
You're so right. Does anybody have ink? That I
I'm
borrow?
looking. Oh no, I don't have ink.
I mean, like,
Would Galank have ink?
yeah, Galank was sketching a map, right?
well, the Wonk is going to give you possession of his. I mean, it's what possession is better than a picture, but
Yes, yeah.
part of his body is
Is the-
best. He's not going to give you that,
No pebbles.
but he will take out from his bag of rocks. He'll take out like the most pristine, like teeming with magical power rock in his bag and give it to Natara. Just like as a gift thing.
Oh. I was gonna say, I would take like maybe one of his pieces of paper and just kind of like overlay it with my current map, and then trace our map and give it to Galank as like a real map that he can use.
Wow.
You probably get stuff from Galank's map too. Uh, probably. Probably like all the northern area. feel like Galunk would have
Wow.
been up around here. Potentially. But regardless, he probably has it on his map. Since he spent all the time up here in the north.
He sure did.
You guys would have all this too, if I'm being honest. Over here.
Yeah, I guess he could tell us all about Death Mountain as well.
The Long knows so much about Death Mountain, and he is more than happy to tell you everything about it 3 times.
3 times.
Guess you guys were here too. He went to Makar Island.
Oh man. This map has been dwindling down
So
for
cool though.
years.
But you guys, after spending the afternoon finding Galonk, traveling with Galonk, going down into the quarry and finding the Spring of Power, it has become the early evening, and you all part
Oh,
ways. Got
We're gonna see if he can heal people.
oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can somebody punch me? Somebody not that's Galunk. Somebody
We
somebody
gotta
other
find a
than
better way
Galunk.
for this.
Gorhan and want to punch Lydian again.
I think it's Inari's turn.
All right, if you insist, Anari's gonna and like Anari's gonna like try to like do it in a spot that would not have a lot of consequences. So it's just what's a I have not done like just a regular good old what kind of
White
roll is
him.
that?
Make an attack. Oh, you're gonna punch him?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna punch him.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm gonna punch him.
plus your
I just
strength to hit.
So D20 plus your strength
D20.
mod.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh wow. Okay. So that's a 7 plus 6. That's a 13.
That misses. Can I get hit on purpose?
Yes.
Okay, you hit me.
All right.
Go ahead and
Damage roll.
take your it's just your strength modifier.
Oh, okay, so that's 6 damage.
Ooh. Fuck. Okay. 116. Okay.
Hey, Galonk, you've got healing spells, right? Can you use a healing spell
Sure does.
to
He has healing word. Galonk is going to say a prayer to Dim, something along the lines of like strength in this person, and attempt to Lydian a healing word.
You say your prayer to Din Galonk, and as you search the magic, your divine magic that comes from her as your goddess, you can't seem to locate the right magic that you should be using for this. You can tell like there's something not there. There's something that's missing that you hadn't noticed until this moment. And you do not cast Healing Word on Lydian.
we will explain to Galonk what happened.
Galonk is so busy that he like largely gets not a throwaway prayer. Like Galonk does everything with meaning, but like he's like
That's peculiar.
prayer. That's a healing word, but he doesn't even like wait to see like if it works.
Okay.
Lydian, you do not feel healed.
That's peculiar.
Anari will lay on hands for 6 HP to Lydian.
Thanks, Anari.
Yeah, just feel like I needed to.
So that is peculiar. It does seem to be everybody. So why would that have happened?
I feel like
I
it's
don't even-
very clear.
What, that it's like that it's a ruse? That it's like
No, she's just dead. That's all.
But,
you can
like-
we can heal normally. Like healing is not gone, but magical healing is not there.
It could-
Sarah and Peter.
We could still have a curse on this. Like,
we could. I mean,
Well,
don't
I
think
have
we would.
remove curse, so like if we really need to test that, like
I mean, we're in an experiment day anyway because we're gonna get our spell slots back.
yeah.
So, I will. I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on myself to see if I can remove any sort of curse that would be there, and you can tell me if I mark off the spell slot or not.
You mark off the spell slot. Is there an effect you want to remove from the Sacred Realm?
In addition, or no? Or, I guess. Weird that you would say that. I'm trying to put this together. I feel like you can one effect that charmed or petrified the target, one curse, including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item, any reduction to the target's ability scores, one effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. So I guess like one curse. It wouldn't be a curse.
a theoretical curse.
I don't want to get rid of a Sacred Realm effect. I don't think. No.
There's no change to you, but you mark up the spell slot.
Hmm.
Okay. I don't know if this is like we're just being stupid by focusing on this, or if Jenna actually has something up her sleeve. That's the thing.
I think it's been apparent that it's just gone.
Yeah.
Right, but why
I
is
mean-
Jenna being coy about it?
Because it's fun to
I
be
don't
coy.
think she's being coy
I
at
don't
all.
think
Yeah, I
being
think she's like
coy.
being very straightforward about
I'm,
it.
I feel like I'm narrating the things that you're doing a little bit. As
Yeah.
the character discovers, you know,
Yeah.
through your experimentation.
No, I mean like narration-wise, it's fine. I don't.
I think it's fine that we tried it, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's pretty at this point that like
All right.
Ron just doesn't know anything.
I'm just waiting for Jenna to say like, "You guys haven't done this."
it's a very generous sort of thing
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
On the sacred realm yet.
I have.
All right. All right.
We're going to
You
pick up a
guys part ways with Galunk, your newfound friend, as he stays behind to begin preparations and restoration here at the Spring of Power. You guys teleport back over to where you dropped off Aquila. It's like dropping off like your kid at school,
Like a school
and then
yeah.
going back to
All
pick
right,
him up at the end.
all
of the
right,
day.
all right.
But
Akila, did you have a good day in school today? Like, what'd you learn?
I learned that I have exactly enough ancient springs to make what I need to make, or ancient screws, but I still am missing a good portion.
Good portion?
Yeah, I need 65 ancient springs.
But I believe timing of things, Aquila has more in the timeline of when you guys would join her at the labyrinth. She's got more guardians to get through. Is there anything anybody wants to do? The rest of the day here, the evening, into the night.
Are we gonna try and see Robbie or no?
I think it's worthwhile. He might be able to sell us some Guardian parts.
Maybe he'll, out of the goodness of his heart, he will give us exactly 65.
Although I'm pretty sure our teleport point is like a full day's travel or a half a day's travel or something away from Robbie's
Is the
lab.
labyrinth that far from Robbie's?
I think so.
Like a couple hours, yeah. To fly. Maybe like 2-ish. Not like very far.
Not that bad.
I think it's worthwhile. I think we should just kill two birds with one stone.
You guys fly over to Robbie's. He is there. And you're looking for parts from him, like to see if he has spare guardian parts.
Yes.
Yeah, your
Um,
shopping list is ancient springs or ancient shafts.
he tells you guys like everything in his workshop is currently being used, but he does have a pile of guardians outside, and you're welcome to pick through there if there's anything left.
Hmm.
Do we need any like items from Cherry before we go search those guys? I don't think.
I think
Cherry
Akila's trying to save her.
Yeah, stuff from Cherry costs parts, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go out and investigate the guardians outside then.
Yeah. Massive pile. You guys have seen it before. Picked very through. But there's a chance there's still stuff here. You're welcome to investigate. Each of you are welcome to investigate. If you want to take a little bit of
Alright.
time here at sunset.
Let's do it.
I'll give bardic inspirations, my last 3 bardics, to the 3 other people here.
Investigation. Oh, that's a 14. Yeah, it's a 14.
Lydian has given all 3 of you bardic inspiration to use.
Oh,
to
that's a
defeat
24.
24, okay.
That's a 15.
15.
No, 18.
Okay. Though it's been picked over, you guys do have some successes. I will ask Natara and Lorhannon, you guys can each roll a d12 and a d20. Inari, you can
Mhm.
roll a d8 in addition to a d12 and a d20.
Oh, okay. Okay, so 7, 5. That's 12. So it'd be 29.
I need the separate values.
Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah. So that would be 17 for the d20.
That's 17 ancient screws. What are the other d20s? We'll resolve the screws.
Yeah.
10.
That's another 10 ancient screws.
16.
Very good rolls. 16 ancient screws as well. Very good rolls. 43? Damn.
John, are you getting these?
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. The D12s are springs. What do we got?
7.
7 springs.
5.
5.
5.
17 total ancient springs. And then for the D8,
I got a 5.
that's 5 ancient gears then. And with that, you guys feel like there's probably nothing left in this pile.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
What was the 5? It was shafts,
Gears.
gears.
Yeah, you guys. Sorry, Lydian, you did not find anything with
Yeah.
nine. But you guys return to Aquila with what you found, unless you want to get anything from Cherry.
Hmm.
No,
think we're good.
we'll save whatever Aquila is plotting. I think the armor.
You guys return to Aquila, and with that, the sun has set. It is night. Aquila, you wrap up for the day, and you guys can rest here if you'd like. Not wouldn't be the first time.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Anybody doing anything tonight, or do we just take our watches and get up the next morning?
I don't think anything
I
is
think we
already
just take watches. I am gonna put up the hut just in case, but I feel like it's gonna be nothing.
Yeah, a very Calm night. Whoever has like one of the early morning watches, a storm kind of blows in a bit. But I believe you're sheltered from it within the, excuse me, within the tiny hut. Um, there's some lightning far off over the ocean, but it's just rain above you guys. Um, and you're woken in the morning, gain the benefits of a long rest, as rain falls on you suddenly at the end of the tiny hut.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, spell slots are back. Let's grab Aquila. Well, Aquila's with everybody now.
Yep.
And we can head out. Aquila, how close are you to getting what you have?
To be honest, I appreciate you guys' efforts, but I'm still a ways off. I still need 48 springs and 9 shafts.
Okay.
Well, we did find some new Guardian Skywatchers, so
We haven't ventured into Central Hyrule at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I honestly think we could handle Central Hyrule.
I mean, yes, it's just
To
a
an
matter of if
extent.
we want to do that right now or if we want to.
We need to not get
Realm.
crit on.
Oh yeah, that's like the main. That's true. We just gotta avoid getting crit, which that might be. That's the one scary part. Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's hard brings that up. I'm like, oh, the no healing stuff sort of does.
Atara has a
Yeah.
mental note of all of the potential lingering injuries and whether or not to resolve them. There are 9 that we can resolve with significant amounts of rest and potentially some luck. So we're doing great. It's great.
That's brutal.
I like that the
Yeah, it's
consequences
very
get
bad.
more
There's
consequency.
there are 23 things and 9 of them can be healed possibly. And some of them require like 30 days of rest.
Cool beans. You guys teleport to the center of Risk Peninsula. And plan to go forth into the Sacred Realm. Unless there's anything else
Just-
you guys want to do before.
The last thing I want to make sure of is like taking out, like looking at one of the fairies in one of the bottles, one of the Kotera fairies. Like, is there any way that I can tell what the properties of the fairy would be, or if like we do get a lingering injury, if it would jump into action if we die? Is it like a Mipha's Grace thing? I don't know if I would be able to sense this through just looking at the fairy or studying it for a minute or two, but I guess like what would be the best way for me to see what the properties of a fairy would be?
I'd say probably religion would be the umbrella for this.
Okay.
Which I'll allow you to make because you are kind of a fairy now, in a sense, being fae.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Probably Inari could too, being half fairy. But what
That's
you got?
a dirty 20.
That is good. You kind of observe the fairies flitting around in there. Um, you pick one up, and you do notice that like their colors changed as you put them in the jars. Um, as I was describing as you put them in. It seems like it's sort of like with how they aimlessly like kind of like float around and everything, they're sort of like not fully formed yet. They are the same as the fairies you guys have seen, like the little ones that flit around some of the grottos. There's no doubt about it, but they're just sort of amorphous in the sense that like they can be affected still. Um, which that's kind of what you pick up on from looking at them. As far as what the benefits to you will be, I don't think you can guarantee that healing is what they'll do. But you can see that it is a potential thing that could happen.
So does the color matter about what they do?
I'd say that you don't know if that's necessarily the case, but
Okay.
they've been, by being captured and by being put in jars that held magical effects, some of them were altered in some capacity.
Okay. Well, that's some insight. That is the last thing I have to do.
You guys have already figured out the way to get through the gate, and it comes easy to you. Natara, you're able to blip onto the other side for the day, find the handle, and open it, and allow everybody to come through. The Natara has been completely restored to a full 30 feet, and you guys all step forward into the Technicolor Sacred Realm with its gold sky and Triforce hovering high above the land. What do you want to do? Are you looking for a Korok to help you find where you want to go? Or are you just going to set out, venture, try and head west?
I think it's actually smart to find a Korok.
Yeah.
I mean, if we walk, they'll find us eventually.
They'll come to us.
This
You
is true.
guys spiral around Risk Peninsula as it encircles the Sacred Realm version of Malin Bay and come back to the mainland and begin to walk as it shifts and alters around you in a less tumultuous manner. It seems more fluid and calm as a landscape this time around. But you travel west, and you guys keep your eyes peeled, looking for Koroks, but don't really have success initially.
They stole the core.
What are you guys doing?
Well, we know the direction of the Great Hyrule Forest, more or less.
Yeah, the Korok did kind of give us options. We should know a general direction in the Sacred Realm from where we ended up going.
Yeah.
So Guess we head that way. If there's no Koroks around,
agree. Yeah, we don't really have any other options.
Yeah, certainly no Koroks around. You hear a voice say.
I'm going to turn to see the inevitable Korok that's following us.
There is a Korok that just sort of appeared and is acting like he's been here the whole time. And he says, I've been looking with you guys. I haven't seen a single one the whole time.
I'm going to say, look, buddy, and put him on my head. And I'll say, can you point us towards Great Hyrule Forest?
Oh, yeah. Like where Korok Forest is?
Correct.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, us Koroks, we know that area pretty well. So,
That's
yeah,
why I asked you. Otherwise, I would
not a
not talk to you.
problem. I knew you needed my help. Otherwise, I wouldn't talk to you either, he says.
Perfect. Glad it's a good business partnership here.
We understand each other.
His
Yeah.
stubby little fingerless arms, he just points forward this way.
We continue.
We have found the perfect Korok, guys.
And you guys begin making your way across the landscape. It feels like a very long time passes, and this Korok is not very chatty. However, the 4 others that have picked up with you guys are somewhat chatty and talk the rest of your ears off the whole way.
I'm gonna talk to them in every language I can think of and try and test them. Do they speak every language, or they just speak?
Give me an insight check.
It's a 21.
They are pretending to comprehend every language that you speak, uh, and you can tell, but it is kind of fun, and they are having fun. But it does also make it a little bit difficult to distinguish, like, which ones they actually know, because you can tell that there are some that they know, but they are acting in the exact same way as if they don't fully understand you.
These gremlins.
They're adorable.
And so you continue on and on and on. And eventually, the Korok that sits atop Lydian's head, it feels like it has been so much time, but there has been no change in the day cycle. He stops you all as you're kind of on a higher elevation, and he says, pointing once again with his stubby arm that has no fingers, down there. You see those woods? That's where Korok Forest was.
What?
Huh?
Was?
Yeah, we don't really go down there anymore through the Korok Gate.
Why?
Unfortunate.
Yeah, why is that?
Why?
All the evil juice.
Okay,
Of course.
buddy, you're gonna need to give us a little lore dump here.
Is it purple?
Glowy, bubbling. No, it's gray. The glowy, bubbling.
So fucking matter of fact. Like, no, fuck you. It's actually great.
Bubbling goop that covers all of our little homes on the Hyrule plane.
I
What color?
don't know what-
I asked the Korok what color Lydian is.
What, the gray bird below me?
There we go. Yeah, so they're colorblind.
Oh, they're colorblind.
In fact, they might not. They don't have eyes, right? They have masks, but we can't see any eyes, right? They might just be like blind sight.
Mm. That'd be cool.
Right. So yeah, malice.
It's everywhere. It's been there for, I don't know, like a year?
You don't have to keep estimating.
Okay, I guarantee it's not been there for a year.
Okay. So you said you can't go there through the Korok Gate anymore. Where is the Korok Gate? What is that?
In the woods on this side, where some of our houses are.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. The Korok Gate. It's another gate. We went through one at Malin Bay.
So we can go through there, you just don't want to because of the malice.
Is there danger on this side or the other side?
Is it dangerous?
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna have to keep exploring for ourselves.
Yeah.
No, I'm going too. I just wanted to point it out because we can
You
see
will
it here.
most certainly die.
Do you know what death
so
is?
will you someday.
Absolute icon over here.
Okay, let's go. I guess the entrance is like it's like a crater is what you're describing or something? Like, and we're at the top of that?
So
Or-
you guys are on like a big you're up high right now. Ways away from it still. Like if I were to equate it to somewhere on the map that you guys have up right now, you're somewhere like here. Okay? It's just that where you're at now with how the landscape is sloping and changing, you can actually see it from here because you're higher up. Before you is like a long orange rolling plain with like grasses and things. And it's very, very wide open. So that's what gives you the visibility to see down. There is a like very like I don't really know what the word is. It's just like a very fey looking forest with trees and foliage that is just swirly and very unnaturally looking, but with the Technicolor landscape around you, it does sort of work. um, but the Korok was just kind of pointing it out because you could see it. Wasn't necessarily saying like, "Oh, I won't go any further." It was just like there.
All right, so let's press on then.
Yeah. So you guys and the 8 Koroks around you begin to cross the plain that is there. Natara, you hear a bark.
Does anybody else hear the bark? In our group, do any of the Koroks hear the bark?
A couple of them turn their head in a direction. And then the rest of you begin to hear barking. And sort of like barking that whimpers a little bit at times.
Is there a dog stuck in here? Or is it like a fake dog?
I heard it
We should be
way
on
over
alert.
in Akala.
Let's just press forward if we don't see anything.
Give me anybody who wants to look for the source of the barking.
I
Can go
will.
ahead and give me a perception check.
I'll also look.
Rolled a natural 3 for a 13.
God damn it, man.
Okay.
I got a
Okay.
22.
It's just
Okay.
not fair.
Wait.
If I was just passively looking, I would get a 20, but since I'm actively trying,
You're trying too hard.
I do work.
You know, you're listening for it and you heard it, but you're trying to like scan to see it and you're not seeing it. But Lydian, however, you do see that to the north, further up on the plain, that is the source of where the barking is coming from. And as you guys like are moving through the grass, there are these like little bugs that sort of like flitter around. None of them really seem to go around Inari, despite her, drawing of little creatures. But they all suddenly take off like to the sky and just go away. You notice as well.
Go get on alert, everyone. Get your weapons out.
Yep.
Are you moving further north towards the barking?
I feel like we will keep an eye on the north and head more west during this portion.
Okay. You guys continue to head west. And then you hear another yelp and whimper from an animal. So, I shouldn't say an animal. You guys are on the sacred realm. But like a creature of some kind.
Do we want to go investigate that or just keep going?
It
I
yelps
really
again.
do not.
I think it's worth just keep going. It might be a trick or something. I don't know.
It definitely is a trick. It's a Hyrule retriever on this plane.
Mm.
Right.
And then a shadow from some unseen thing above is cast over you guys from south to north.
Look up.
You don't see something, you just get a shadow cast down on you.
Oh.
Cool.
More barking
Does anyone
and
have
whimpering.
light? Does anyone have light spells
I-
to see
I
if this
have-
gets rid of the shadow?
I have light. Is this a magical sort of shadow or is it just a regular shadow?
Seemed like a regular shadow, just kind of passed over, like on you guys going north. And then the barking begins to get louder and whimpering and stuff.
I don't like this, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Should I build turrets, guys?
I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right, I'm gonna build my 2 free turrets.
You build your
Two,
turrets.
2 Eldritch, 2 Force Ballistas.
2 Force Ballista turrets. Keela creates, and as you guys are on high alert and begin to sort of prepare yourselves, you see something peer out of the sky in the north at a distance and swoop down towards the earth. Swoop down towards the earth. You hear more barking and yelping, and then it switches back up and flies back up, and from where you're at, it seems to disappear. The barking continues to get closer.
We are being hunted right now. The hunter is drawing the hounds to us.
Hmm.
The thing appears in the sky. It's closer. It swoops down towards the earth. More barking and whimpering. Back up. And disappears.
What is the thing? Can I get a look at it when it swoops down like that?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
It's only a 12.
From what you can tell, it's got wings. It's long. And it also has like some kind of like mandible.
Oh. Okay.
Let's just continue at a quickened pace, I guess.
Does it have scales that might be represented as a scale? They cave on Eventide Island.
You're trying to... Lorhan, give me a perception check.
Can I use the spyglass?
Sure, yes, you can use the spyglass.
Oh. A 16.
I'll
It's
bump
wild.
that with a +6.
Ha ha ha.
Whoa, +6.
Yes. Okay, so on a 22 then, Lorhannon, you can see the full scene because it is coming upon you guys rather quickly. There is some kind of pinkish dog running through the grasses in the fields towards you guys, but it doesn't seem like it is hunting, it seems like it is fleeing. And you see that these sort of creatures, it's like an illusion of them being in the up against the sky, but as they come down towards the earth, swooping after the dog-like creature you see, you can see that there are 2 winged creatures that have like a serpentine body, mandibles, and antenna, and like sort of like tufts of fur, not scales. But as you look, they have come more upon you. And I'm going to ask you guys to please roll initiative. Please.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
That is certainly a fey creature.
Yeah.
That is awful. I don't like the moth snake.
Yeah, no thank you to that.
Hi, kitty.
Good thing Golunk isn't here. He has a -1.
He does have 8th level spells though.
He does have 8th level spells.
All right, stop me if I've played this one before, but I'm gonna go with this. Are we doing the full combat now? Like, do you think it'll?
I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna get to the end of it. We'll try though. We'll see. We'll see how
Okay.
this. We might. All right. Let me sort this. And Akila, that has you acting first.
Okay. We're gonna just completely open up on these bozos. So bonus action, move my turret so that everyone gets the full benefits of my +2 to AC. And then I'm going to, with that same bonus action, fire both Force Ballistas at this one.
Sure.
That's a 25 and a 15.
The 25 will hit. The 15 will miss.
So that is 16 force damage.
Okay.
And then I will use my spell storing knife to cast Scorching Ray with my action at the
Okay.
that same one.
All right.
So a 33, a 20, and a 31.
Those all hit.
So that is 20 fire damage and 5 force damage.
Okay.
And then I will back up behind my turret.
Okay.
Actually, no, I will move forward in front of my turret.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
You fire all of this at that creature. I am going to refer to them as skytails because that's what they are called, and I don't want to just be vague and say creature the whole time. And its attention is diverted from its prey and towards the group where stuff was fired from, and it is going to. What's its whole deal here? Okay. Going to fly down to here. It is going to take a mandible attack at Aquila and then try and make 2 tail attacks against Lorhannon. So against Aquila, that is a 31 to hit.
That hits.
For 23 slashing damage. And you are grappled currently.
Okay.
So we will just put a little icon here. And then 2 tail attacks as the mandibles come down and crunch on Aquila. Its tail flails and tries to hit Lorhannon. Okay. The first one is a crit.
Silvery barbs.
Okay. We will reroll.
Am I within range?
The
Hold on.
silvery barbs.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is Oh, it's the one right here. Yeah, I'm within range.
Okay. So that one rerolls for a natural 1, which will miss.
I'll
Highs
give
and
Natara
lows.
the advantage.
And the other one will be a 27 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. For 18 points of lightning damage, and you are pulled close to it. Yeah, that's that guy. That's what they do. That's gonna be the. Oh, it says the freaking name. I tried to.
No, it doesn't.
I can't see
can't
the
see it.
name.
Oh, okay, good. Ooh.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Cool. Now onto
This
the
guy's a
dog.
friend, right? He better be.
Now on to the dog. The dog, at first here, probably not super sure what's going on, is going to continue running the way that it was, but try and like divert. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and take a dodge action, trying to not get hurt anymore. And as the dog gets closer, you guys can see that it is hurt. That
Well,
is going to
Can't
be.
help you, unfortunately, pal.
That is going to be the next one, which, seeing that its friend has taken an interest in you folk, is going to as well, going to come down here. First going to make tail attacks, because I did these in the wrong order. It's going to make 2 tail attacks against Inari.
Mm-hmm.
First one is only a 17,
I'll miss.
but the second one is a 25
Okay, that'll hit.
for 16 points of lightning damage.
Oh, buddy, oh, buddy.
As that little like bulb on the end of its tail crackles and sizzles. With that, you are pulled 10 feet towards it, unless you have something
that's
that means
great.
you can't be moved against your will.
I don't think so, but that's fine by me, because, like, hey, less movement.
And it will make a mandibles attack against you, which is only a 19.
That just hits.
That just hits? Okay.
Yeah.
You take 23 slashing damage, and you are grappled by it.
23.
Good God.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm. All right.
Okay. Natara, that is your turn.
Okay. I am going to bonus action planar warrior on the one that is not by Lorhannon, because that should be within 30 feet of me. Yeah. And I'm gonna fire my new bow at it.
Yeah.
Do I? Okay. First one with advantage. That is an 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Okay. Left. Validian silver
Oh, to
barbs.
barbs.
Okay. So that is not Later warrior. So that is 19 force damage.
Okay.
And I will try to hit it again. That is a 29 to hit.
Yes,
For
definitely.
13 radiant damage.
Okay. Got it. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
I
Lydian.
guess. Well,
Nope, nope.
I'm actually going to move up. Here, like on the other side of the turret, so that the people who are being moved by these dudes can stay, hopefully, within the aura.
Okay. I will say your aura is 25 right now because you guys have been traveling also. It does. Yeah. Lydian. That wasn't my mistake.
I'm gonna move up a tad, and I'm gonna cast slow and affect these two guys.
Oh, ooh, okay.
Legal.
I love casting legal slow.
Legal slow.
All right. Let's see. Jesus Christ. Okay.
So wisdom saves.
One of them crit for a 22. The other one got an oh wait, they have proficiency. Okay, but regardless. So it's not going to be that plus that. It's going to be 6 plus that. It's going to be 14 and 28 actually.
Okay, 14 fails.
Okay. So this one will be affected by slow. Oh, I can't really see the orange. Slow.
Okay, yeah. I see the
Which
yellow.
one's slow?
The one with
top
an Ari.
I'm gonna bonus action. Well, first I'm gonna fly up 10 feet, and then I'm gonna bonus action shoot him with my great eagle bow.
The one-
At
which one?
advantage.
Sorry.
The slowed one.
Slowed one. Okay.
Yeah, because he's got a -2.
Yep.
Okay. That's a 23 to hit.
Definitely.
That's 10 piercing.
Okay.
Does it do regular damage? Do I feel?
Seems like it.
Perfect. That's what I got.
And Ari, you are currently grappled.
All right.
Yeah, you can try and break it as an action, or you can just attack the guy.
You know what? Let me think. 'Cause I think I have something I can do here. Just let me make sure. All right. I mean, I can reach it, so that's not. It's not really a negative to me getting. Yeah. You know what? Do I really need to? No. I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
That's my big sword. Let's see. It's a 29.
29 will definitely hit.
All right. So it's 13 slashing and 4 radiant. Guess what I'm doing?
I wouldn't imagine. I know.
I'm gonna divine smite at second level, I think. So that's gonna be 3d8. And that's 21 radiant. And I'm
Great
gonna
roll.
light. Yeah, it's the kind of slays. So there's that, and I want to see how it would react to lightning damage. I'm genuinely very curious. So I'm gonna do 2d6 there. It's 10 lightning.
Okay. It doesn't seem that the lightning is as effective against it when you try and shock it at the end
Okay.
there.
That's what I was thinking. Just
As long as it's
curious.
still something.
Yeah. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna hit it again. That's a 22.
Yep.
Okay, that's 15 slashing and 5 radiant, and I'm gonna do it again. So, 38. That's 14 radiant,
Okay.
and that'll be it for me.
Got it. Lorhannon.
All right. I would like to use my bonus action to try to gain insightful fighting on this spell.
Okay. He got a 5.
This very deceptive insect guy.
He just got a 5.
Cool. Question.
Yeah.
Not to go back and potentially ruin some things, but are these guys beasts or are they something else?
They're something else.
Is the dog a beast?
I don't think you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I have a theory.
Given
About the
that it's
dog.
not exploding with magic, it's probably Fey.
Okay. So now I have insightful fighting. I'm going to try to hit him with my ancient short sword. First attack is a 28.
Yup.
So that one gets some sneak attack. Didn't roll my sneak attack. So that is 25 force damage.
Okay.
First. And then my second attack was a 24.
Definitely.
So that is 8 more force damage.
Cool.
And I should probably have read what the Great Fairy Rapier does. Well, we started. Okay. Takes an action to do its command word and then a bonus action to start. Okay. So that's my turn.
Cool. Brings us back to the top of the order with Aquila. Yeah. You're good.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action move my and then I'm going to fire them again.
Okay.
I'm focusing fire on the one I hit before still, so the one next to me and Lorhannon.
Yeah, the one that is grappling you.
So it's a 24 and a 17.
17 just hits. So yeah, both hit.
All right, that's perfectly average. So 11 and 11 force damage for 22 total force damage.
Okay. It's pushed back, but technically you are grappled by it, so you are moved with it.
And
that much technically.
yeah. So I'm grappled by it, but I'm not in melee with it. So if I cast Scorching Ray, is that with disadvantage or?
Interesting.
Or am I in melee range with it? I can't tell from the sprite of the thing.
You're technically not within melee range of it, but it does have its grasp on you. I didn't think about that when I built it, because I was like, oh, they're so snaky. This mandible attack has a 10-foot reach.
I guess that would
Uh,
make sense because, like, if he's at the end of the tail, the head is like
the head.
range
Yeah,
spell attack away.
well, no. So the head is grabbing onto
Oh, the head is grabbing
Aquila.
onto him. Okay, well,
I'm just gonna say then. No, it's gosh, D&D's weird. I don't know. I guess technically you're not within melee.
All right then. All right, I'm going to fire Scorching Ray at it then.
Okay.
Point blank.
Yeah,
23, 27, 25.
all are gonna hit.
Wow. That was very bad, but oh well. So that is going to be 13 fire damage and 7 force damage.
Yeah, this one's definitely not looking good. By the end of your turn here, Aquila. Overall,
Here comes the
bit
bad news.
bloodied. But yes, indeed, here comes the bad news. Because it automatically hits with its mandible attack against you for another 23 slashing damage.
Don't like
as it
that.
crunches more. But all 3 mandible attacks have been 23 damage, which is crazy because of the dice involved. Anyway, and then it is going to. It is still within reach of Lorhannon and the turret. Its tail is going to strike Lorhannon once and the turret once because it can still make its tail attacks. Against Lorhannon, that is a 26 for 17 points of lightning damage, and you're pulled 10 feet close to it. And for Deala, whichever one it is, that's 28 to hit
That hits.
for 16 lightning damage, and it is pulled, unless it can't be moved against its will,
It can.
pulled 10 feet closer.
You said 16 or 26?
16 lightning
Okay.
damage. With that, it is the dog's turn. The dog sees that you guys are fighting the things that was attacking it. And it is going to even though it's kind of hurt, it's gonna jump in and help. It gets a running start and takes a big leap, and jumps across the air, and it's going to try and bite at these skytail creatures. The first one is actually going to hit. The second one will miss, and that is a 1 on the die, so it's only going to be 5 piercing damage. And that does not affect it because the thing is big. And that's that guy's turn. It is the big Skytail going again. It is going to automatically hit with its mandible attack against Inari because you are within its grasp there for 24 slashing.
Oh, see, hey, we broke the 23 chain.
Yeah, for a
Slay.
little bit higher.
Okay.
I'll take it. And then it is going to. Where can it reach? It can reach 1, 2, 3.
It can.
he only
can
has
only
one.
take-
It only has
you're
one
right.
action.
This is the slowed one.
Oh,
So
or one
that is
attack. Yeah.
yeah, that is all it can do. Thank you very much.
Me and Katie were
It
ready
makes
to hop
a
on.
it makes a save though, right at the end of its turn.
No, I think it's just concentration. Oh, yes, it does. I'm lying. Wisdom save at the end of its turn.
Jeez.
I just
You
crit
kept
on
lying.
You crit on it?
it. I crit for a 28.
Okay.
Does it?
You can technically silvery barbs.
I know I
Do
can,
not,
but I need
do
to
not.
save that. I need to
No,
save my
yeah.
reaction.
Yeah, fair enough. We
Okay.
just don't have the prophetess.
Right.
Every
Yeah. No.
day.
This is the beat 'em
You're
up
right.
fight.
You're right.
All right, it's Hara.
All right. I'm gonna move here, I guess.
Every turn, Natara has to do a geometry problem and find the center of these 6 points.
And I am. I'll shoot at the one that now has Aquila and Lorhannon somehow.
It doesn't have Lorhannon grappled. It just pulled Lorhannon towards it with its tail.
Got
It's
it.
just sawing through my torso right now.
But, okay. I'm going to bonus action planar warrior. That is a 20 to hit
Yep.
for add damage roll. 2, 8. Okay. For 15 force damage.
Yep.
And that's another 20 to hit for 10 radiant.
Okay. Yeah, this one is dwindling down. Anything else, Natara?
Nope.
Okay. Lydian.
Okay. Does this look good for synaptic static?
Yeah, that does technically get them both.
Perfect. I'll be casting that.
All right, what do they got to do?
I believe it's
Nope.
an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no. We
Yeah.
have a -1 and a 4.
Well, they gotta get a crit, I think, because my spell save is 19 now because I read a book.
Wait.
Yes.
Is what's their intelligence score?
3.
Okay, they're fine then.
We're
They
good to
can- they're
go.
affe- they're affected by it.
Jenna said when I took the spell, she's like, "Don't worry, most monsters will fall under this criteria."
So how much damage do they take and what do they do?
Oh, do they both fail? Okay.
Yeah, I got a -1 and a 4. The -1 was not a nat 1.
Oof.
Awesome. So they take 8d6 psychic on a failed save.
Oh my god.
They both take 26 psychic damage, and they both have muddled thoughts for 1 minute. So they roll a d6 and subtract the number from all attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. All right. Man. Is this something that they can remake?
Yeah, at the end of its turn.
All right, cool. Anything else, Lydian?
That's right, because they're gonna crit on that intelligence saving throw.
Well,
Put
Uh,
on 2 wisdom saving throws, so.
I will
That was
give.
very lucky. Well, they also have high wisdom.
critting won't help them actually. They I don't think they can get. I don't think they can ever beat his DC on this
Oh,
save.
true, because there's a one and then
Oh, yeah,
one. Yeah.
that's true.
I
Yeah.
think they literally are stuck
Oh,
forever
yeah.
like this
Yeah,
until the
they're-
spell
they're
wears
stuck,
off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So, I
give
won't be making it.
Lorhannon. I'm gonna give Lorhannon Bardic Inspiration in case he needs it for an AC thing. I feel like his health is dwindling.
Okay. And Ari.
All right. So Jenna, question: how is my guy looking in front of me?
After the damage that Lydian just gave to him, bloodied.
So is it worth it for me to bonus action cast haste and therefore use an action to ungrapple myself and then hit twice?
Or you could just kill him and then you're not grappled.
Yeah, like I do still have 89 health, so like arguably, I don't think. Yeah, you know what, Jenna, I'm gonna hit him. Okay, that's a 20.
Hits.
I'm re-rolling that, I think. Nice. Okay, so there's 14 slashing, 7 radiant, and then
I think
am
it's still
gonna.
the 6 radiant, though, technically, right?
Oh
'Cause
yeah, the
it's not
6
the
radiant
damage
doesn't
die.
change. Sorry, yeah, it's the slashing,
Five.
14 slashing, and 6 radiant.
Got it?
Sorry, forgot about that.
No, no worries.
And then I'm gonna divine smite at 2nd level again.
And wait, you can re-roll the damage because why?
Oh, I have a feat
Slasher.
for that. Yeah,
You
I
have
have
slasher? Okay, I thought you had
Mhm.
piercer for some reason.
Well,
Do you have Piercer or Slasher?
I have piercer, but it allows me to do that.
With piercing damage.
Oh shoot! You know
Uh-oh.
what? Good catch. Good catch. That's why I remember
Okay.
doing that. I remember being a little annoyed with
I'm
myself
giving
for
it
picking
one
that feat.
more point of damage back.
I can't believe
Yes.
this. This is an outrage.
Yes. Good catch. Good catch. But then then it's gonna get 18 radiant points of damage from Divine Smite. And I'm gonna try to hit it again. That's another 20.
Yep.
Damn, you are
So-
low rolling.
Oh hey, low rolling, but I'm still connecting, so all good. And then it's
You
16
literally can't not connect.
Yeah, it's like impossible at this point. So it's 4 radiant and
5%
16
chance.
slashing.
Yep. Got it.
So nat 1 still matches the AC.
And you know what? I'm gonna Divine Smite at 3rd level. Why not?
Okay.
Wow.
Because I want this thing to die so bad.
Perish, insect.
That's, oh wow, okay. 21 radiant damage.
It is on death's door, but it is still up.
I'm a lightning roll. Probably won't do much, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay. It's
I'm gonna
possible.
lightning charge roll smite.
10? Why
it
is there a
really
plus 1
six?
to that?
No.
It's-
It's
I accidentally clicked it. That's why there's a 1. Okay, so 7.
7. It is still up.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
Wait, no, wait.
It's fine,
'Cause
it's fine.
we round. Actually, it had 4 left. That will be it. Because
Let's
it's rounded
go.
up. Anari, you are in the grasp of its mandibles that crush more and more. But you keep beating the shit out of it. What does it look like as you take it out? This gargantuan
Inari-
monstrosity.
Oh boy, yeah. Like Inari is just like has her sword like her hilt in like one hand, and she's just like frantically just like stabbing holes in it. Like she's just wants to free herself. There's not a lot of precision to it, so I think her final death move, she shoves it directly into one of its eyes
Mhm.
and then pulls it out, so you see the sword go out through the back of its head and then retreat.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Yeah.
had to do detail there.
And its
Um,
jaw goes limp. I guess it's not technically a jaw, but whatever. The mouth of it goes limp as from crushing you, and you are no longer grappled. If the little dog didn't do its 5 points of damage from biting it, you wouldn't have killed it just then.
You're so right.
Yeah, I love this dog.
Mhm.
Anything else, Anari?
That's it for me, I think.
Okay, Lorhannon.
Well, I saw how much that synaptic static affected it, so I am going to cast Psychic Lance.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Intelligence again from this
Yeah.
guy. It's a 5. Not so
Ooh,
bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
It's 8d6. That's 32 psychic damage.
Lorhannon,
He's
what does
gotta
it
be
look
gone.
like as you psychic glance this and it dies?
Ooh, I mean, the psychic lance, attacks the brain, but I assume this thing doesn't really have a brain, but it still probably has like a nervous system of some kind that just all kind of explodes at once. So like
Ugh.
It just like
I'm
fires.
in the splash zone.
chain reactions, it's like, oh, this like gets to the ends of these nerves and then it like
It just fucking explodes.
literally-
Wow.
literally
you
explodes like a Zelda
explode
boss, like,
its
segment by
nerves.
segment.
yeah, exactly.
The millions of nerves in a gargantuan creature rupture going down its spine as Lorhannon psychic glances it. And with that, both are dead and defeated, and we will exit initiative here. The dog, kind of uncertain of you guys, just kind of like skirts over to like some brush that's further away. I should say
Have-
limps over, more likely.
I have a theory about this dog.
Okay.
Theory about this dog.
Yeah, what's your theory about this dog?
That
Can we short
this-
rest while you're giving this theory?
It's not gonna take that long, but yeah, sure. My theory is that this dog is LG's spirit realm form,
Oh.
and that this is LG.
That would imply that LG is alive, which I have evidence to say is not true. Like, not a, I guess, is functioning, but is not a sentient creature.
Not a living, yeah.
Right. I don't know. I'll take a gear, an ancient gear out of the bag, and I'll hold it over to the dog, and I'll say, "Hey, do you want this?"
Give me an animal handling check.
That I want that gear back, by the way.
I'm gonna give it back. Don't worry. 11.
The dog does come a little bit closer, and it sort of curiously looks at it, and you realize you're holding like effectively a disc.
Okay, I'll put it back in the bag.
But the dog has sort of like moved closer, nonetheless.
Well, of course it's gonna fetch the disc, whether or not it's LG.
I think it's just a dog that got turned fey, like you did.
This dog and I, we're not so alike, or we're not so.
Yep, correct.
We're not so different, he and I.
Yeah. You and the dog are the same creature in the same way that like Lorhannon and Natara are the same creature. Like you guys are,
We
both
are
humanoids, and you guys
Let's
are
go.
both fae. But the dog like barks again, like not like in like a territorial way or in like a fearsome way, but just like in a more curious way. And like the bark, now that you know that it like is coming from a dog, like it's weird because it has like an echoey quality to it.
So it might be a dog that was lost in the spirit realm or in the sacred realm that had one of the sacred realm effects on it, which was the echo voice. That's my current idea. I will grab like a rat out of my bag and throw it and see if it fetches it.
Where do you throw the rat?
The usages of these rats.
I'll just throw it like right here.
It's gonna become fey.
I'll throw it right here.
All right. The rat begins to scramble away from you.
And instantly it becomes a fey rat.
Fair.
Sealy rat.
Oh my god. There's nothing perceivable that happens to the rat. It's off. The dog begins to like chase after it. The dog gets like a little running start and then leaps like 20 feet in the air over to the rat, trying to chase it.
Yeah, that neither confirmed nor denied anything that I was thinking at all.
The rat got one of the worst possible things that you guys could roll on the whole table, but it doesn't affect it because it's a rat.
It's like soul stolen or something. Okay. Let's just continue. I don't think these things have loot.
Well, hold on. We don't know that
short
for
rest.
sure. And also we need a short rest.
Yeah, you're right.
Monster parts.
And Lorhan's spells.
Yep. I did use one of my spells, so.
Yeah, you guys begin to take a short rest. Over the course of time during the rest, the dog does like it's skirting around you guys, but it gets closer. But yeah, get your hit dice taken care of and such. Keela, I imagine you are trying to get parts from these boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. Give me an investigation check for each.
Oh.
Oh my
I didn't
gosh.
think it was possible.
It's a 17. Now there's no crit fails on
That's true.
ability checks.
No, I didn't think it was possible for
17
you
and
to
a
get less than a
27.
30. Yeah. On one of them, you. Let me think. 1 second.
Oh, I guess an important thing is, do these things disintegrate like Malice,
They do
or is it
not.
like the other Fey creatures? Okay, so they're just Fey monstrosities. Man, this realm sucks, guys. I don't know if we have to emphasize this.
Yeah, I'd say, though it's quite large, you acquire a Skytail wing, um, which is, I mean, it's one of the smaller ones you're able to get in one piece, but it is still kind of large and a monster part. And what's another like a monstery part? Two Skytail antenna.
During the short rest, can I attune to the Hylian hood?
Sure.
Oh yeah, I guess I will
You
have
can
that.
you can unattune to the crystal ball if
Return
you want.
Yeah, I'll reattune to the Hylian shield if I hadn't already.
Okay.
Perfect.
Anyone want to do
Does
anything
the
else during
dog
the rest?
does the dog seem to notice me? I walk up to it.
You want to walk up to the dog?
I do.
Go ahead, give me an animal handling check.
Youch.
The dog does see you come towards it and skirts off again towards one of the brush areas around. But it does see you.
We gotta figure out this dog's name.
I think it's just a Fey creature, guys.
Does he have a collar?
Does the Korok recognize what kind of creature this dog is?
The Koroks have come back to you, though the ones that have joined you are different from the ones you had before, as is
Nice.
typical for the Koroks. And you turn to one of them, a more slender one with like an orange leaf over its face, and ask if they know the dog, or anything about the dog. This particular Korok says, "Is that what that is? I have no idea.
right.
I've never seen that before in my entire life."
This is.
Does the
No,
dog
never
have a
mind.
does the dog have a collar on it?
Make a perception check.
Now you're asking the real questions.
17.
Dog does have a collar.
What? Can I prestidigitation is like smells, right?
Yeah.
Can I like pick up a rock and make it smell like meat?
Sure. Pick up a rock, make it smell like meat. Give me an animal handling check.
Great.
Let's go.
No, hey. You pick up a rock, you make it smell like meat. Do you say anything to call the dog over?
I say, hey, give one of those dog whistle things.
Yeah. Not even cautious at first. The dog smells the meat immediately and trots over to the best of its ability. It is limping, but it does come right up to you, Lydian, and begins to sort of sniff around. And you have like a better view of it now. I will think. Yeah. You have a better view of it. This is what he looks like.
My heart.
Aw, he's so cute.
Little doggy, like panting, like
Oh.
just panting. It has these little like tiny antlers that grow out of the top of its head, and it has this like sort of like pinkish hue to it, and it seems to glow a little bit. But it's just a furry little dog. He comes over and starts sniffing around and starts to like lick the rock.
Does it say BHR on the collar?
No, it doesn't say BHR on the collar. On the collar, don't. I think that it would have a collar, but you see a little like link, not like link, like a little like piece of a chain, that like would hold like is attached fixed to the collar like a semicircle, and there's like a little like loop that hangs from it, but it appears like something has severed. A tag has severed from it.
Okay, so it is somebody's dog that found this portal, I think, or some portal, and walked through, I guess. Although you can't do that unless you have a Kokiri, so I don't know.
Dog
Yeah,
licks the
I
rocks.
think there's not a Kokiri anymore. Scratch one Kokiri. Can I look at the severed tag and determine if it was cut purposefully or if it was just like lost by this dog wandering in wilds?
Go ahead, give me an investigation check.
26.
It seems that the tears to the weird leather material as the collar, there's like some like inlaid marks on it, and there's a little bit of scuffing on the metal. I guess it's not metal. It would be more like a what kind of material would that be? Probably more like a bone like material, like an ivory. Um, the there's like kind of scuffs and scratches to it. It seems like the collar was caught on something at some point, and in freeing itself, this tag was severed.
Okay. Yeah.
Could you mend something like that, or do you need the other part?
I need the other part.
Okay.
I think there was a Kokiri that is either lost its way and was separated with this dog, or this dog has been here for a long time without a Kokiri.
Well, regardless, we might as well travel with it.
If it will travel with us.
Good point. Maybe we can see if it will.
Jenna, if we continue on down the way towards our destination, does the dog follow us?
You guys do anything else on your rest? Okay. You guys pack it up. Keela has a couple monster parts, and begin to walk down the hill towards the, the Lost Wood area, Korok Forest. And at first the dog doesn't really follow, but then it does. It does kind of follow at a distance.
Hey.
For now, at least.
Mm.
And with that, as you guys, approach, we'll call the session there for today. A little dog following.
She's so cute.
This was something I really wanted to add for a while, and it took me so long to find art for what I was trying to look for.
Just the Fey dog?
Yeah. In like a more Breath of the Wild dog shape.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are Skytails something from Legend of Zelda, or did you cook that up on your own?
Skyward Sword.
Ah, of course.
Skytail, I think the art is a little different. I think.
These are cool.
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, they
cool
have like the
monster.
giant